so much footage.
Yeah. I started going through it today. I was like, I know, it's not like...
Welcome back, pretty funny women. PFWs. Are you guys all surviving this weather?
Yes, thriving.
Thriving, growing, fulfilling your life, realizing your true potential in every area.
Wow.
Becoming self-actualized. I know you guys literally just signed up for this workshop, but I wanted to throw this out there because it's the next workshop I'm teaching, and it's kind of different from this one, but I will read you before I send this blast out, and I think Steve thinks, my boyfriend thinks it's going to sell out in 1 hour. But I thought I'd offer it to you guys first. He's like, oh, that's going to fill up in 1 hour. Okay, so no matter how hard we try on and off stage to succeed in life, we all have negative core beliefs that are preventing us from realizing our true potential. Knowledge is power, and unless we are aware of our personal roadblocks, we won't be able to move forward with ease. This is called the Friday Night Live Blockbuster Intensive. Do you suffer from stage? The 4-week intensive workshop helps you identify and remove blocks that are holding you back in your life and career, meet, hear from, and perform for top industry professionals. Do you suffer from stage fright anxiety or have a nagging voice in your head telling you that you are not enough? Do you tend to waste time obsessing about or beating yourself up over auditions or stand-up sets that weren't your best? Do you compare yourself to others who are seemingly more successful than you are? Do you know deep down that you're capable of so much more but feel stuck? These are just a few of the issues we will tackle in the Blockbuster Workshop. Examples of past speakers include Barry Katz, he's a talent manager. Bruce Smith, manager, founder of Omnipop. Tig Notaro, obviously you know she is. Retta, actress, former PFW regular. Liz Feldman, top showrunner, former writer for Ellen. Heather McDonald. Wendy Braun, who, if you guys don't know who Wendy Braun is, do you know who she is? Is it because you listen to my podcast?
No, but I can say that's why.
Okay.
I found her from you. No, I know who she is.
Yeah, she's, I mean, I hope I can I'm going to try and get her for the workshop. But anyway, that's the next workshop I'm teaching. And the first guest speaker we're having, I'm not going to advertise this, I'm just telling you guys this, is Sheila Lawrence, who's the co-executive producer of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes. Those are the top-notch people who are coming in to speak. And they're going to watch you guys do stand-up, and they're going to give you feedback.
Wait, when is this?
It's the next workshop I'm teaching. It starts February 8th.
How long?
4 weeks. And then there is a showcase at Flappers. I'm putting the blast out tomorrow, so you guys can decide. You can ruminate about it. You can obsess about it. You can manifest it. Some of you probably already did manifest it. Why? No, here's the weird thing that happened. Is this morning I woke up and I was like, yeah, I want to do this. Because here's the thing. I went and saw Abraham Hicks live. Do you guys know who they are?
Yes.
If you don't know who they are, raise your hand. Okay, so Google, when you get home, Abraham Hicks. Find them on YouTube and just listen to one of her talks. They're weird. It's weird, but don't shoot the messenger is my philosophy. It's like
That's mine.
how
I am the messenger.
how the information comes to you doesn't matter. It's good information. And basically, she just reminded me this weekend, there were 1,000 people in the room, that we are vibrational beings. We vibrate at a certain frequency. And because we know that like attracts like, this is science, this isn't some woo-hoo stuff I'm making up, you know. The higher you are in your vibration, the more you are going to attract higher levels of energy to you. So my friend that I grew up with, Sheila Lawrence, who works on Marvelous Miss Maisel, she also wrote for Ugly Betty, and she produced the Gilmore Girls and like tons of shows. She's a super successful showrunner. She's at a very high frequency, right? She's at the Golden Globes last week, you know, accepting awards and everything. So, but I woke up in a very high frequency because I'm in a good mood and I'm feeling positive and I'm feeling excited about my life and I'm only doing things that bring me joy. And I'm moving towards things that make me feel good. And that is my primary purpose in life now. How can I feel good? That's all I want to do. Because life is short, right? The better you feel, The more higher your vibration, the more you're going to attract the people, opportunities, and circumstances into your life that are going to bring you towards success and you're realizing your dreams. So I shoot her an email this morning and I say, hey, I'm going to put together this workshop. I would love for you to come speak. She goes, oh my God, how weird. I was just saying out loud on the way to therapy this morning, I want to have more opportunities in my life where I get to be a speaker. Isn't that how the universe works? She's like, February 8th, I'm in. So easy, right? Everything should be that easy. And I was talking to my students the other day and I was like, listen, if you're dreading going up on stage, if you're like have that feeling in your stomach like, fuck, I don't want to do this, don't do it. Don't do it until you shift your perception and you're excited to get on the stage. In other words, if you drive to an open mic and your stomach is telling you, I don't want to fucking go in here, I don't want to do it. You know, sit in your car for 5 minutes. Take 3 deep breaths. Center yourself. Ask the universe to help you. Ask the universe to let you be a channel for the information and the jokes to move through you. Ask the universe to help make it fun for you. So it doesn't feel like a punishment. None of this shit should feel like punishment. Life is too short, you guys. Really, it should just be fun, right? So don't do it until you feel like it's going to be fun. So tonight, I think the goal I want everyone to work towards today is joy and fun. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have a shit ton of fun. Amber's recording the class, so you can always go back and listen to any of this brilliant stuff that I'm saying. You can go back and watch. You know, it's only going to be in our Facebook. No one can see this. It's not going on any kind of public setting or anything like that. And then we have Sam Hale, special guest here.
Hello.
Sam is one of my, if you don't know who Sam is, you should. She runs 2 shows of her own. 4 shows. She runs 4 of her own comedy shows.
I thought about it. I was like, oh shit, I have 4 shows that I booked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She started in my class. She took my class several times, and now she teaches for me periodically. And she's somebody that I say has the finger on the pulse of comedy today. She knows. She made that. You remember? Did you guys get the document I sent? She constructed that for you guys. The open mics and shows that aren't. Isn't that helpful?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
So she's here all night with us. She's going to help punch up your jokes, and she's also going to answer any questions you have. Because she is next level.
Oh,
You are.
thank you.
You have been grinding it out for 6, 7 years, you know? And you're very good at what you do. So, speaking of somebody else, Sandy Shore's 12 Comedy Secrets of Sandy Shore. I don't think I sent this to you guys, but I'm going to tonight. But I'm going to read it to you first. Sandy Shore is the daughter of the late Sammy and Mitzi Shore. She taught stand-up. She's Pauly Shore's sister. She died recently. But she used to teach classes, and she had some good things to say. Number 1, comedy is based on truth. Are you stupid? Go with it. Are you a liar? So what? Are you fat? Good. Are you perfect? Oh, please. 2, we are perfect as we are. The idea is not to change a thing about yourself, faults and all. The reason you should accept yourself is that you can't fool your audience. They can see right through you. Number 3, everything in comedy is emotionally based. Isn't that true about life in general? If you're not emotionally attached to your material, neither will your audience be. 4, a specific attitude or point of view is the best way to make sure your audience remembers you. This is what turns you into a character. You must be consistent in your set from beginning to end. Now this is more advanced comedy, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. Good example of consistency in attitude and appearance is the character of Archie Bunker in All in the Family. He remains constant in his views on life, his prejudices, and in his tunnel vision. I have determined that there are 7 basic personality types of the comedian. There's a little in each of us, but look for the one that dominates your personality the most. Sarcastic, ego-driven, egocentric, underdog, poor me syndrome, victim, shy, reserved, opinionated, and observationalist. Which one are you? That's up to you to decide. 5, use words that create a picture. Next time you laugh, examine why. Somebody said something. You saw the picture in your mind. It made you laugh. For example, if you spend a lot of time in your car, you might say, "My car is a giant purse." The more pictures you create, the funnier you are. 6, your whole routine becomes a visual experience, physically acting it out, verbally and mentally. This is for the more advanced. It's the part where you add in body gestures, become more physically involved. 7, the secret to comedy writing is writing. Thoughts are fleeting. So it's a good idea to carry a little notebook around. How many times did you think, "Oh, I remember that," and when you try to retrieve the thought, it's gone. We all know that. 8, always leave your audience wanting more of you. For example, a comedian wouldn't sing a whole song, just a few bars. 9, acting out your lines turns you into a comedian. Acting out your lines means becoming your lines. Show rather than tell. It brings your set into the present moment. It's engaging to watch, and it's a key element to emotionally bonding with your audience. 10, your goal is to make your set into one long story. I disagree with this, but this is her philosophy. It gives a feeling of a continuous story as you smoothly tie each topic into the next. I don't believe in having segues at all. I think it's weird when you try and tie 2 topics together with one line of dialogue. But I mean, if you can do it, great. Get your audience in the first 10 seconds. This is almost your opening before your opening. It may be the way you dress or the way you walk up to the microphone. It's the first place where you establish your attitude. And 12, bombing is a positive experience. My philosophy is it's just information. Viewing yourself as a living piece of art, constantly reshaping and reinventing yourself until you're satisfied with the sculpture. After a lifetime of watching comics, I've learned that bombing is a part of the growth process. There's no such thing as a failure. I like to find the positive in every situation, even if others perceive it as negative. I will send that to you guys, so you will have it. Any questions, comments, concerns?
In the segues, you hear a lot of like, "Speaking of, da-da-da,"
no.
and it's so obvious that it throws you off, because you're like,
Yeah.
what are they doing?
Yeah, no, I don't believe in segues. As a matter of fact, the segue can be just changing the subject, and it can get a big laugh in and of itself, right?
Yeah.
Just changing the subject.
It can be both ways. I think Doug Benson did one where he was like working on his segues, and he made it obvious to the audience that he was pivoting. So it was very funny just because he was so bad at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no one cares, do they?
Do you have something to say? Are you raising your hand?
Oh no.
No. I was like, yes.
Oh, sorry to be talking while
So, what I want to start with is your best 2 minutes. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do the homework, which was writing 7 pages, right? Writing for 7 days straight, 3 pages a day, editing it down to 1 killer page of jokes. Did everybody do that?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
So let's start with your best 2 minutes. When the beeper goes off, really wrap it up. I want Sam to get to know your 2 minutes and get to know your personality, and then we'll help you add tags, punch that up, or if you have any questions, like say you have a bit that you love so much but it's not working, you should tell us. You know, and just say, "This joke, I know there's something there, but here," I mean, it's your 2 minutes to do your stuff for us. It doesn't have to be your best stuff, but it kind of helps because that's the goal, to write to your best stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Wonderful. Everybody, when you get up there, say your name, introduce yourself, and a quick, like, how long you've been doing stand-up.
All right, my name is Sarah Murphy, and I've been doing stand-up for almost 2 years. So my dad recently got a Match.com, and he was having a hard time getting matched. I was like, "Well, Dad, what's your profile picture of?" He was like, "Oh, me and you." Yeah. This just wasn't a photo of me and Dad. This was a selfie of me and Dad on Christmas morning. We had like bags under our eyes, matted hair. Yo, we were in matching onesie pajamas. And now that I'm a grown woman, you see, I don't look like Daddy's little girl. I look like Dad's girlfriend. I was like, "Dad, this is why you're not getting matched. Clearly, it looks like you're in a relationship. And obviously, this woman meant something to you, Because she spent the night with you on Christmas Eve. So, I decided to really scope this profile out. You see, guys, on Match.com, there's a section where you write the 5 things you can't live without. Now, most people write like family or friends. Under the 5 things you can't live without, on my dad's profile, he had oxygen, water, whole grains, vegetables, and fruit with a winky smiley. I was like, Dad, this is not a game of Jeopardy, okay? Because clearly you're not winning. And I was like, why did you put a winky smiley after fruit? He was like, oh, I wanted people to know I was a fun guy. I was like, Dad, you don't look fun. You look gay. And now we're all just confused because I'm in your profile picture. My dad's name is also Guy Man. You see, guys, if your name is Guy Man, you don't need any adjectives in front of that. That would be the fun Guy Man. I was like, oh, Dad, oh, Dad. And that's my 2 minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, I'm gonna give you some notes. You ready?
Yeah.
You recording?
Do I write? Yeah, it's
Just record it. Okay. First things first. It's a funny premise that your dad is that you're in the profile picture with, and I love that. Your stand-up just now. How did it feel?
okay.
Yeah. I didn't feel you were really connected with us.
Okay.
Because you were saying punchlines, or your punchlines, but they weren't getting any laughs, right? So you were sort of what I call monologue mode. It's where you have these jokes, you know them, you know where it's going to go, you know how you're going to deliver it. So you were delivering it in a way that probably that's what you do every time. You have to really stay present and connected to this audience because this is like your target audience, right? So if the stuff isn't killing in here, there's a red flag. Some stuff has to be fixed because this is like a super warm group of girls who are totally like wanting to go for it, right? So some stuff needs to be tweaked.
Yeah, I almost wonder if you might get more laughs just telling us the honest story of what happened when you really saw that picture. Because like Lisa said, it kind of felt like you were delivering a monologue as opposed to really, I couldn't really tell how you actually felt about it.
Yeah.
Because you were just like, and this, and this, and that. See how much more relaxed you are now? I feel like I'm talking to you now, which is great. But yeah, sometimes we get this idea of you have to be high energy in this person, but we want to see the real you and how you really felt about it. Like as if you were just telling us like we're just your girlfriends. There's no stage light on you.
Right. There is no need to perform any of this material because you are interesting enough. You don't have to do anything. There's a Buddhist philosophy, need do nothing. Like really, like as comedians, we're interesting, charismatic people. That's why we're in this business. We have a gift that most people don't have. We're already enough.
Yeah, you're
So
so
you-
likable.
Yeah, you don't have to put anything on it, you know? You can just talk to us.
And I totally agree, because my best shows are when I just like tell a story,
Mm-hmm.
but I have it all so rehearsed.
Yeah, it
Right.
sounds rehearsed, and that
Right.
that is how you disconnect from an audience when you over prepare, over rehearse. See, I want you to do it again,
Okay.
and just try it. Slow down a lot because you were like really fast, but slow down and just give us the first 3 lines.
Okay. So I was home for the holidays recently, and my dad got a Match.com. And I was really proud of him because I really want him to find a woman. But he was having a really hard time getting matched. I was like, okay, Dad, let me see this profile. And I looked on it, and his profile picture is a selfie of me and Dad on Christmas morning. And like the tree was in the background, we had these matching pajamas on, bags under our eyes. I had these glasses on and they were crooked, and I was just like, Dad, this is why you're not getting matched. It looks like you're in a relationship. And
Okay, I'm gonna stop you. Where do you think your first punchline is?
The profile photo. Dad got a Match.com, he was having a hard time getting matched. Oh, what's your profile of? Me and you.
Okay.
When you said it the first time, like, I loved it. When
Yeah.
She said, like,
Yeah, you did it a little differently the second time.
Yeah, I was trying to tell more of the story instead of the reverse.
Mm-hmm. So the funniest thing is that your dad's profile picture on Match.com is of you and him, like,
Yes.
yeah, that's hysterical.
Can we get to that fast?
Yeah, you need to get to that as fast as you can.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not a witness stand in comedy, so you don't have to be super truthful. You can exaggerate a little bit. Like, you could be like, I heard my dad was on Match.com, so I went and looked up his profile.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of, I'm so proud of him. Don't worry about any. You're very likable. We like you. We like your dad. We don't know your dad, but we like you, so we care.
Okay.
So simple as I found his profile. His profile picture has a very hot girl in it. It's me.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Huh?
That's what I just wrote down. Yay.
Okay.
I mean, that's just a sample. I looked at his profile picture, and he has a picture of him and a woman, and she's beautiful.
And it's me.
And it was me. You know what I mean?
And she's so hot, which made it so awkward because it's me.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really likable. Didn't want to like her, but
Yeah.
so that's your first punchline.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Lisa says.
But
have
you
to
could
get
even
the-
say, but you know what, guys? I mean, I'm married. I can't be going out with my dad, right? I mean, you can add like tags,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
you know?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stories. I mean, stories are great. You just have to have punches every setup, punch, setup, punch.
Yeah.
To keep us in the story with you for that whole 2 minutes, because audiences they tap out.
Yeah, and if you say your first punchline and nobody laughs, you can't just keep going.
Right.
You have to adjust. You got to go, oh, just like you would in a conversation with a girlfriend if you were talking to her and you said something and then all of a sudden she went like this. She started looking away. You wouldn't just keep going and talking faster with more energy.
Right.
You would notice it and you would stop and you'd go, oh, what?
Oh, you're not listening.
Yeah, what happened?
Right.
I lost you, you know, and then you get the audience right back because you're there in the room connected to them and you care about what they think.
Right.
And they need to know that you're listening to them,
Yeah.
right? Because stand-up's a conversation. It's you give, they give. It's a back and forth.
Right.
Yeah. So I think for a good assignment for you is to practice like being really present and talking to people instead of at them.
Yes. I know, and that's been, because I went to school to be a news anchor, so sometimes when I step up, it's just like host.
Oh.
So it's been so hard to like.
So that's a really funny line to say. Sorry guys, I grew up, you know, my background is in news anchoring, so I'm more comfortable talking like this. You could even,
I'm on. Oh,
yeah, you could even tell the audience that, you know?
Showing the backdrop that's not there.
Yeah.
I know. I always feel like
See, it's raining.
here's the screen.
But nobody's laughing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay? All right.
Right. And there's an opportunity for a list of 3s in the things that my dad can't live without. You can change it to 3 because no one cares if it's, but you know,
That's long.
yeah.
And the third one should be me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, things my dad can't live without. Whole grains. What's the other one?
Oxygen.
Oxygen and me. Dad, let go.
Dad, I'm just not that into you. There's a book about it.
Yes.
You ready, Hannah?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Hannah.
Hannah.
Okay. So, I get tattoos to scare religious people. People ask me what my tattoos mean. They mean, I don't want a Christian woman named Mary Beth talking to me. People make a lot of assumptions about my tattoos, which I did not know signing up for. I didn't know I was signing up for people like thinking a lot of things about me. And a big assumption guys make when they're hitting on me and they see I have tattoos is like I'm a bad girl, like a bad girl. Which is super flattering because I'm really bad at sex. Like, I just learned sucking dick is not a figure of speech. Like, you're actually supposed to have like a sucking action to it. I'm over here just putting dicks in and out of my mouth like an otter pop on a summer's night. No one's telling me about my grade D dick sucking. I'm just like, no one's telling me. I also have no idea how to ride dick. Like, I get on, I'm like, whoa, horsey, like, I'm like moving my upper body, and I'm like, how do my hips move? Jesus. But people always ask me, like, for advice. I'm like, well, you know, what should you do about getting a tattoo? And I'm like, well, first off, don't ever get tattooed by someone you want to fuck, because you'll get whatever they tell you to get. Tell you to get. One day, I had a bad day, so I was like, yeah, I deserve a tattoo. I go into this place, this guy comes up to me, and I just want like a little thing on my wrist, and he comes up to me, the artist, and he's just like, so hot, like, I really wanted to give him some grade D dick sucking, like, it's like, please, and he was like, you should get like a snake up your arm, like, that'd be super cool. And I was like, you think, like, you know, like, would you like that? And so I got it, wake up the next morning, look at it, I did not want that tattoo at all. So my biggest advice is don't get tattooed by someone you want to fuck.
Okay. First of all, I'm just going to say, you guys, I'm going to be really harsh tonight with everybody, okay? Because it doesn't do anybody any good for me to be like, that was so great, you know? And if I'm thinking I want to give you a note. I get so uncomfortable when you get dirty. When you start talking about dick sucking and fucking, I'm like, she's like 19. She's so young. I don't want to hear her talk. It just, I don't know why.
Okay.
It makes me uncomfortable. Did anybody else feel slightly uncomfortable with the dick sucking?
Yeah, because I know how old you are, but someone could think you're like, you could be like 15 because you look like
How old are you?
I mean, maybe it's me, but you're young, you're beautiful, you're sweet, you're funny, and you're selling yourself short if you want to start talking about dick sucking.
Okay.
Unless it's so brilliant.
Okay.
I mean, unless it's killing. If it's killing, I would love that. But it's not killing. You're just going, I'm bad at sucking dick.
Okay.
You're going to get like a lot of help from guys after the show.
It was like a genuine thing I didn't know.
Well, there's no bait and switch to it. You know, there's no surprise element other than shock value of you're saying I'm bad at sucking dick. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. Are you really attached to this? Do you really want to do this? Because we can punch it up. If you do.
I like it. I do it at open mics and people think it's funny.
Open mics don't count. This will count because this is a real audience, right? Yeah. But open mics are a bunch of guys that want you to talk like that. They want women to be dirty and like them. They want to be able to relate to you.
Yeah.
Right? But so tonight it wasn't killing in here.
Yeah.
Except for with Courtney Lloyd.
I want you at all my shows. Like, please.
But how did we get from tattoos to dick
I know, because you went from tattoo. You didn't even finish the tattoo. Tattoo stuff is so good.
Oh, I went into it because, like, guys, like, when you're tattooed, people think you're a slut. Like,
I love this.
Assumption.
I want to hear this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but that's. I was trying to prove the point that I'm not, because I don't know anything about sex.
I feel like when you talk about sucking dick, that's the opposite. You're like convincing them that you do know a lot about sex.
If you say I know nothing about sex, that's funny to me. Like, I know nothing about sex. Guys, I've given one half-assed blowjob in my life.
Or I know nothing about sex, I'm not even married yet.
That's why I like did that. Went into that thing.
Okay,
like, I don't know anything.
But what's the truth? What's the truth of your situation? Are you bad at sex?
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know?
I've been told.
Okay, that's funny. Like, that's the funny, the truth. I want to hear.
I've been told, like, you don't understand what a blowjob is. And, like, I wasn't doing it right. Like this is not true. Like it's real.
Oh, that's great.
I think it's really funny because you look like you'd be really good in bed. Because like you're edgy.
Yeah, that's the point
really
I'm trying
funny.
to make.
Yeah, no,
is
it's
that
really
like
funny.
people think with people with tattoos.
Right,
That
and this
ties
is
it
a
in.
great perspective, and this is a great point of view, and it's different. Like, everybody assumes this thing about me because I look the way I look, but guys, I just found out that I suck in bed. I was just told that I give a really bad blowjob.
By my tattoo artist.
You see how many tattoos I have, guys.
Yeah, right.
I've had a lot of practice, nothing. Apparently it's not good. But you don't have to say the word dick sucking to be talking about being bad at it.
It was like just specifically, I was told that I didn't understand that like you're supposed to suck.
So then, and if it was your tattooer, so the next tattoo I got, he tattooed instructions.
So you guys can't see it, but on my ass or some, I can't see it either, which is why I'm still bad in bed.
But I think that's super relatable about the tattoos. Like people ask me all the time, what do they mean? What do they mean? And I'm like, it means, you know, or what is it? Or what do people say? Like, what is it about? I never finished this bit, but I was working on a bit about what is this about? I'm like, it's about $100 an hour and painful. Fuck off. Like, you know. But people constantly are like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
And you could be like, it means I wanted to fuck the artist. I don't know. Or you could be like,
Well, this vacuum
but I like what did you say? You said something about, oh, it's translated to I don't like religious people asking me about what did you say?
Yeah, I said, people ask me what my tattoos mean. They mean I don't want a Christian woman named Mary Beth talking to me.
I don't get that. Explain that to me one more time.
So like some weird religious person was bothering you about it.
Yeah, like religious people like are afraid of me. Like they won't talk to me. They'll like look at me and run away.
Okay, that's funny.
I like your because I know your original stuff. When you grab the cross and run is really funny.
Oh yeah, I did say like.
That's funny.
I did have a thing where it's like, oh, I was in the grocery store and this woman was like pushing a cart, saw me, grabbed her cross, and ran.
That's really funny.
I like that.
That's funny. See, guys, when in doubt, if you're doing a bit and you're forcing it and for some reason it's not working, but you know intuitively there's something there, just go back to the truth. Like, what really happened? And start from there. Go, oh, okay, some guy told me, multiple guys told me that I don't give a good blowjob. Right? Is that true?
Yeah.
But I don't know how to practice because I don't know what I'm doing. You know? I mean, where do you learn? I guess I could take a class.
Right? But it's funny, I keep getting all these volunteers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like less crude with it? I mean, because it's kind of the same
I mean,
thing.
if you're going to be that dirty, you better be Sarah Silverman clever.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just going to get lumped into a category of every female comic out there going into open mics, trying to hang with the guys, and turning into one of the guys. You know? It's not going to get you anywhere in your career. It's not going to get you on TV. You can't do that shit on TV. You know? It's not going to get you noticed. Like, no one's going to be like, oh my God, did you see the girl who said she can't suck dick?
Yeah.
And that, like, no one's going to walk away, you know, going, you've got to see this girl. She can't suck dick. You know, they might go, you guys, have you seen the girl with the tattoos who, you know, then who doesn't like religious people talking, got him because she doesn't want religious people talking to her? That's funny. That's memorable.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yes. But Hannah, I mean, you know I'm a big fan of yours.
Yeah.
And I just want you to be your best. Cute hair tonight. Did you curl it or something, or is that the weather?
I waved it.
Oh, that's so cute.
I did my other homework, like got the emails and got headshots this morning. Liv took them.
Oh, nice.
Really?
She got a new camera. Liv Milano.
Liv, oh yeah.
In our last class.
You got new headshots.
This morning.
Wonderful. Is that why your makeup looks so good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we powered up and that, yeah. Okay, so let's say, hey, hi guys. Let's see. I'm gonna breathe. So I have an 11-year-old daughter, and it is getting to that point where I need to have the talk with her about drugs. I'm just not really sure when is the right time to tell her I do drugs. Our kids think we have a pet skunk that they've just never met. And my son, he actually sounds like a stoner, which I don't think he is. He's 6. And, but he sounds like this. He'll be like, Mom, can I have a sleepover with Morgan and Nico? Is anybody back? No. He really talks like that. But he's smart. He's super smart. He can read very well, which is excellent, except if you live in LA, you know that sometimes the billboards can be problematic. For example, one time we're driving him to school, and he's like, Mom, what gonorrhea? Like, well, Miles, gonorrhea is a bad cold. Okay, so next morning I get a call from his kindergarten teacher. She's like, Miss Perez, can you come pick up Miles? He sneezed and he's pretty sure he has gonorrhea. This part, I usually ask if there's teachers in the audience, and kind of, anyways, are there any teachers in the audience? Woo! Okay. Thank you for your service. Any gynecologists? Any gynecologists in the audience? Thank you for your service also. I just think it's kind of like same, because either of those professions, if they actually spoke their mind at work, they would get fired. Imagine either being like, get a load of this little asshole. That's 2 minutes.
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah. That was excellent.
And then there's more. I didn't know how long the 2 minutes. I didn't practice for some reason this part, because I'll just do with it until it beeps. Anyways, there's the other one I do is like the north thing, the direction thing.
Yeah, but the mom and the kid stuff is so good.
Yeah. Your punchlines are there. They're there.
Personally, I just don't think we have a lot of moms represented in comedy, because they're being moms and they can't go to open mics and they can't pursue their dream. So we need more of you.
I just plugged them in before I left, like their devices. Like, brace yourself. Yeah. I think the struggle part is just because I've done it, so I'm like, I have to kind of get into it, or if I'm at a place, the 3 times I've been up on a stage where there's like people and drinks and everything, then I can kind of like do that sort of thing. But sometimes like open mics, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, what happens at mics?
Just that it's harder to like get into it because I know what's coming, and so I'm like, this isn't gonna work because they know I'm gonna say he has gonorrhea. Like I think that the audience is already ahead of me with like the punchline or something.
Well, if you think that, then you need to switch it up and surprise them more.
I think I'm ready to try some new stuff, but yeah, I do like the.
But this is great stuff.
All that was working. I've heard it before and I laughed again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think you could just work on knowing that that you're a very good writer and that you have solid punchlines and have more fun performing.
Right, when people are laughing, I'm like,
yeah, you don't look like you're having the time of your life up there.
Right.
You look like you know what you're doing, you know how to deliver a joke, you're funny, you're a good writer, but you don't look like it's
Right.
Like
I've had more and less relaxed times, but and it's always much better when I'm just like having fun.
Yeah, and confidence outweighs material, right?
Yeah.
So the fact is you have good material. So be confident about that and then you're winning.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I think that there's one line where you say, my kids think we have a skunk. Send me the line.
our kids think we have a pet skunk that they've just never met.
Oh yeah.
If I say it after the drugs.
Yeah, no, I think the word skunk is funny. I don't think the word met is funny.
Okay.
So can you switch it to where you end with the word skunk?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because you always want to
Oh,
end.
our kids think they've just never seen our pet skunk or something. Is that? I mean.
Yeah, they just assume we have a pet skunk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or just my kids think we have a skunk. Like
My kids
something
think
more
that we have
straightforward.
our kids think that we have a pet, a skunk.
Yeah. I'm like logically, but they've never seen
Or
one.
you could say, my kids are always like, hey, what's that smell? And I'm like, that's our pet skunk.
We'll introduce you someday, yeah. I guess I just want to keep talking after I say skunk.
Yeah.
And do you feel comfortable with your teacher question? Just be prepared for when you ask the audience a question. They might be completely silent,
Right.
just stare at you.
Yeah.
Or they might be like, yeah, I mean, just be prepared for whatever their audience is going to do.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of questions.
Yeah, it kind of
Okay.
makes you vulnerable because then you're at their mercy.
Right, I've I've heard that from you or just like read it also. You were kind of like opening it up to like.
Why do you need the question? Can't you just go into the bit without the question?
I could just say like, if there are any teachers out there, thank you so much, thank you for your service. Gynecologists, because I'm saying the gynecologist teacher thing, it was.
What is the gynecologist? What do you say about
Just that it's actually like similar profession because if either one actually spoke their mind while they were at work, they would get fired. And then just like, it's sort of like, whatever I said, like get a load of this little asshole. I've only done it a couple times. It wasn't at the showcase thing.
But you can probably turn that into an actual joke and not make it a question.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's a great premise.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And it's a good point. So yeah.
Good job,
And also,
Shannon.
there was a moment when I was going to say, like, are there teachers, thank you for your service, and then any gynecologist, thank you for your service. But I also don't know, like, how much they'll want to be, like, you know. Like,
I just don't know that that buys you anything.
Yeah, I don't know, okay. It was just sort of like I
because
did
you're
that
such a
and
good writer, joke to joke to joke. You might as well just keep that rhythm going, you know?
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, good job.
I'm gonna close the door. It's getting loud. I'm not gonna touch the mic again. No. Because I was sick last week, but I will use my sleeve to push it down. I'm Katie Schindelheim, and I've been doing stand-up for 4 months. I've noticed that guys don't like it when you have a close relationship with your parents. I was at a bar the other night, and I was talking to a guy, and it was going so well. And then I brought up my cool middle-aged roommates, Mona and Michael, and he just walked away. So that being said, I am very single, and I am on Hinge. And for those of you that don't know, Hinge has this feature called Most Compatible, where it'll analyze your profile and find you your perfect match. And out of the hundreds of thousands of men in Los Angeles, so far I have been matched with 2 of my exes. So we know there was something good in there behind all of the lies. I do wish that Hinge had a feature kind of like Yelp, where you could say why you said no. You're right. Weird smell. Bad service. Small portions. 1 star. I have a lot of guy friends. I met a lot of those guy friends by kissing them in high school. It's a really good way to make friends. You just have to be so bad at kissing, they never want to do it again. That's how you make a lifelong friendship. I do have a friend, though, who has this way about her. We were at a bar the other night, and it was a little chilly, and all she had to go was, and like 10 guys gave her their jackets. Meanwhile, I was fucking freezing, but who cares? So I decided I'm gonna start doing that too. So I went to a restaurant the other day, and I'm standing on the side, and I look around, and I just go, hungry! And nobody bought me dinner. Alright, those are my 2 minutes.
Good job. Katie, a little bit of monologue mode going on.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I've just done it so many times that I think I'm just like burying it in my head.
Right.
And I'm like just reciting it.
But there was one bit where it got a laugh. Everybody laughed.
Fucking
Yeah.
freezing.
But you
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
You didn't even stop to let us laugh.
Oh yeah.
You were completely disengaged.
Okay.
So again, you're gonna lose an audience if you don't stay connected throughout every minute. You gotta really be present to what's going on. After you say your first joke and it doesn't land, you have to do something about it.
Okay.
Notice it, say something, what?
Yes, I feel like we laughed at the fucking freezing because that was the first time I saw how you really felt.
Yeah.
Like, you were like, meanwhile, I'm fucking freezing. Like, I related to you on that.
Yeah, but you're like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't quite, good call, Sam, relating. I'm not relating to what you mean when you say guys don't like when you have good relationship with your parents. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
So you gotta tell us what it means to you.
Like, they don't want a goody, or they don't want, like, why
They don't want someone who lives with their parents because they can't come over and have a booty call. Why?
I think more of that was like leaning towards the cool middle-aged roommates because like they're more like my friends than my parents.
What if you were like, I have these really cool middle-aged roommates. We have so much in common, like DNA.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's funny.
I do also think like I was monologuing because I also am so used to holding the mic that like standing here I was like, what do I do with my hands? And in my head I was going, what? I have no idea what to do with my hands.
Well, you could have said that. That would have gotten a big laugh. If you went, I don't know what to do with my hands right now, we would have all cracked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it would have been authentic.
When you do like the burr or the, like I think you could play it out a little longer or something because it's funny when you're like you've done it differently before and then like just play it out, drag it out, and the.
But for your first sentence to be, guys don't like it when you have a good relationship with your parents, that's a confusing line.
Yeah.
Right? So what you need, your first sentence needs to be is, so I live with my parents.
Okay.
How old are you?
22.
I just graduated from college, right? I still live with my parents. Mona and, what are their names?
Mona and Michael.
Mona and Michael.
Yeah.
Mona's funnier than Michael, so end with Mona. Michael and Mona, if you will.
Yeah.
Lovely couple. I mean, you could have a lot of fun with describing them.
Yeah, because in my 5 minutes, it's normally after everyone already knows I live with my parents because I have my whole long dad bit.
Yeah, I like the way you were saying, like, make it the surprise that they're whatever the DNA.
The only problem is I've heard that done before a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've heard that joke done, like, I live with this guy, but it's my parents, you know?
Yeah,
That's been done. So
yeah, the roommates, yeah.
Yeah, roommates, parents.
You notice I'm noticing now too, as you're just talking to us, your tones are completely normal, but when you were in monologue mode, you everything went up at the end. It was like a question, and that gives away your power.
I think it's the theater school.
Yeah.
To end up.
So you don't do it when you're just talking to us, though.
Yeah, it's the theater school in my head, like 4 years of being like, no, you have to end up. If you end down, then it ends the sentence and you can't connect with your scene partner.
Oh.
I learned the absolute opposite of that. It's like not
Well, you know, when you go like this, it's a subconscious request for approval.
Right.
And you're sort of asking the audience, do you like me? I hope you like me. And we're a little bit like, we don't feel like comfortable laughing because she's not that confident yet, you know? Like, try doing it again and ending down and going down on your sentences.
Okay.
Let's see what it sounds like.
Should I just go to the hinge joke?
Just go into the hinge.
Yeah. Okay, now I have to think about not using hands. Anyway, I'm very, very single. So I'm on Hinge. And Hinge has this really cool feature called Most Compatible, where they analyze your profile and they find you your perfect match. And so far, I have been matched with 2 of my exes. So there was something good in there behind all of the lies.
Okay, that, I don't understand there was something good in there behind all the lies.
I,
what does that mean?
said it, and it gets a laugh every time, like, just behind, like, how shitty they were. It's because it's, like, supposed to be my perfect match.
Well, why did you break up with these guys? Did they cheat on you?
I didn't, no, they broke up with me.
Oh.
Is it third one's a charm?
Dating is, exes loose term, boys I saw for a year and a half and then they fucked my ex-best friend situation. So I call it exes because it's like easier than saying like 2 boys that I used to sleep with for a long period of time, and there were emotions, but they never wanted to date me.
That's funny.
See, that's
funny.
Yeah.
Like if you say I got matched with 2 of my exes, and by exes I mean 2 guys that and then do that sentence.
Yeah. There were emotions, like all robot. There were emotions.
There were emotions on my part only. There were emotions,
but they still called me their girl and got jealous even after when I started to sleep with their friends. Just one of their roommates. And I ran into him on the way to go sleep with his roommate. He deserved it.
So that's a different point of view. So there's 2 point of views going on there. There's
it's like
one
I'm
that
the
makes
only one
you
that-
the underdog.
Yeah, so like I'm the only one.
Yeah. There's Did you I personally like the you getting dumped.
Yeah, I think that works better.
Yeah.
I think that was just my
It's more relatable than you going, I was going to sleep with his room. That's not as...
And he deserved it, though. I will say that. I maintain that. Me and all of his ex-girlfriends talk to each other.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh my God, can you say you're in a group text? You should be like, I'm in a group text with all of the ideal friends.
That's great.
Yeah, group text.
Yeah.
Yeah, like little does he know, the group text is like, what's he doing Tuesday? We're going to update Wednesday. Like,
It's more like a group therapy.
Have you seen him change his profile picture?
I'm in, that's funny too. I'm in group therapy over it. Well, I call it group therapy. It's really a group text with all of his exes. And we communicate and give each other, That's really funny.
you could be
I
like,
would
we
explore
all
that.
I blocked him from social media, so like Megan's got the Instagram coverage, Jenny's got Facebook, Sarah's got Twitter.
Funny because my best friend Jenny does check
And
his
Lisa got
Instagram,
gonorrhea.
so
Exactly.
Lisa got gonorrhea.
he does have an STD.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I did not get it, but I know other people that did.
No.
He's a terrible person. I could talk about it for like 10 minutes, but I'm gonna not because that's a lot. It's a lot of information.
you got to be healed from it.
Oh, I am so. He is
You don't
literally
seem
dead to
healed.
me.
I am so healed. I am so healed over that motherfucker.
The thing is, like, compared to what it was, like, I am like so much better.
Okay, but being much better is still not being healed. So,
I mean, I the thing is, like, I can talk about it without like hysterically sobbing over how horrible of a person he is, but like, when it comes down to it,
It still hurts.
but you're still emotionally charged over it. You're angry.
yeah, I'm always angry.
Which, I mean, there's a way to be angry if something, you can still bring up your feelings of anger and be over somebody.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite feel like you're over it yet, and the audience, it'll be hard for them to laugh because we want you to be free of it and be like, can you believe this jackass that I dated? Instead of you going, can you believe this jackass that I dated?
I mean, if I have, like, the thing is, if I have, like, jokes written about it, I'm more fine. It's when I'm, like, openly talking about it, and then the more I talk about it, I'm, like, twitching a little bit, Like, behind the eyes, I'm just like, I wish he was dead.
Wait, you slept with his roommate after?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of funny.
He
He
lived
like,
with,
well, I couldn't get over it, but then I fucked his roommate. Or his best friend. Like, playing with that premise. That's how you got over it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a long story. I will figure it
Which
out.
was really awkward because they have bunk beds.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes. Oh my God, so college-y.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot to explore there. I love the group text.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I think thank you.
And girls do that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Was she saying it, like that she did 4 months comedy in the beginning? In the beginning, are you saying like that you've done 4 months comedy? Is that part of your?
No, she asked us to say how long we've been doing
I see.
comedy.
Okay.
So I said 4 months because that's
Got it.
how long.
Okay.
Because you're like, maybe don't say that.
Oh.
You want to go, Josiah?
I'm joking.
Why not?
Do it.
It's like,
Go girl.
You look very 1960s. Your
I
makeup.
do. I like older.
Yeah, it
Older,
looks
younger,
good.
better, worse.
The lip gloss and stuff.
Whatever you
All
want.
in one. Ooh, it says Van Nuys Boulevard. I don't know what that means.
you know where you are.
Hi, I'm Josiah.
Josiah.
Yay! This is a really open group, so I think I'm just gonna open up to you guys. Woo. A little about me and my past. I grew up in Wyoming, and my mom was a narcissist, and my dad is a bipolar alcoholic, and my stepdad's a control freak, and I was on probably 9 different medications for depression and anxiety, and I lived in a group home for a while. And what I'm trying to say, guys, is I am great in bed. No, it's really easy to be hard on our parents, but I just try to remember that my parents did the best they could with the tools they had. Belts.
Oh.
That one there. Really glad the holidays are over. Really glad. I always up my drug use around the holidays. Just get so drunk I start speaking in cursive. I'm bisexual, and I was dating a woman from Ireland, and her mom didn't know she's gay, because when she said, I'm dating Josiah, her mom's like, are you coming out of the cupboard? Not Harry Potter, but I think that probably is how they tell you you're gay in Ireland, is like there's like a cupboard and a snowy owl just like busts out. It's like boom, 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 boom. Oh look, it's your letter from Hogwarts. Looks like you're gay. Since I'm bisexual and I've dated men, and I'm like so over my ex, and I still have fantasies that if he ever called me, I would be on the phone and I would be interrupted. It goes a little something like this. He's like, hello, Josiah. And I'd be like, oh, hold on, I'm getting another call. It's from a real man. Her name's Heather.
Josiah, you know that your first joke, the Great in Bed joke, is one of my favorite jokes of all time from any student ever.
I think I've seen you do it twice and it crushed both times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tonight you were a little, you did it a little differently, the setup. You were like, I've done this and I've done this.
It's the pacing. I didn't type it the way I normally do.
Yeah, it needs to be rattled off like a list.
As if I'm not in control of it, and it's like, oh shit, are we just gonna hear how crazy this girl is? And then
Yeah.
zap it back in. I don't know what I did with the pacing.
And then I was aware of the up talk. I don't know if it's fine in the list but
You should know up talk, so that's good to know that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you up talked a little bit, but
I also haven't done the joke in about a year, so it could be a
yeah.
mistake.
I think you could say something funnier than my stepdad was a control freak. Can you give us something else? Because that's so general. It's not hardcore.
Put me on a level system in my own home.
What does that mean?
Like no radio, no TV, like no phone calls. Like it was like I was in jail whenever my grades weren't the right. Who's the principal? So it is control freak. I'm just reducing it.
Oh, he was a principal?
Yeah.
Oh, you should say that. My stepdad was the principal of my school, and that's it. Like,
yeah.
So I'd always call my dad to pick me up.
Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms we could open. But
So tell me the list again. My mom is what?
a narcissist, a clinical narcissist. My dad is a bipolar alcoholic. My stepdad's a control freak. Sometimes I'm like, my sister's a bitch. Like I just kind of like add that one in there, just to sing that, and then I'm like,
That might disrupt the flow of your punchline, because this is tension and release.
Okay.
This is the classic tension and release joke, you guys, in my sample joke styles document.
alright. It does get a laugh, but you're right, I don't want to mess with it.
It might fuck with your big punchline of "I'm great in bed" if they laugh. If they laugh at she's a bitch.
Should try it.
Let's try it.
All right. I'll tell you a little about myself. My mom was a clinical narcissist. My dad is a bipolar alcoholic. My stepdad's a control freak. My sister's a bitch. And I was on 15 different medications for anxiety and depression when I was growing up. What I'm trying to say, guys, is I am great in bed.
Oh, what about the group home?
Yeah. And I lived in a group home. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, do it again without the bitch thing.
Okay.
And is there something about your sister that you could say, that you could add? Is she
Got a mustache? I don't know.
nothing funny, something serious?
Is there any depression, borderline personality
She's fucking
disorder?
evil. Like, she's a mean person. My sister cheated on her husband with his best friend, and they moved in like 2 weeks later. So just like, what?
Parents, like,
My sister's a pathological liar. Just say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give it that. Okay. I'll remember that. Yeah. So I grew up. My mom is a clinical narcissist. My dad is a bipolar alcoholic. My stepdad's a control freak. My sister's a pathological liar. I was on 15 different medications for depression and anxiety growing up. I lived in a group home. What I'm trying to say, guys, is I am great in bed.
I think you could say my stepdad was abusive instead of control freak. It just sounds so like light.
Like a lot of people are control freaks.
Or
Yeah.
stepdad first, like
Yeah.
control freak, and then the other
Build
way.
it.
Yeah, build it. Yeah. And then I grew up in a group home. Let it sit there for a little bit. You're kind of rushing it. Let it sit there, and then say, guys, what I'm trying to say is, and lead us think that you're gonna say, I am fucked up. That's
I am fucking great in bed.
But no, you're not gonna say fucking. You're gonna go, I am great in bed. You know, it's got to be such a surprise.
Okay.
One more time.
All right. Yeah, so my mom is a clinical narcissist, my stepdad is a control freak, my biological dad is a bipolar alcoholic, my sister is a pathological liar. I was on 15 different medications for depression and anxiety growing up. I lived in a group home. What I'm trying to say, guys, is I am great in bed.
It's such a funny joke, but you're delivering it really happy.
Yeah, it's because I'm doing it multiple. It always kills. I've never gotten a weird, like even at an open mic, like I've never ever had a problem with it. I think
know.
it's just because I'm like doing it over and over here.
Yeah.
Reliving it in front of everyone. No.
It is such a great joke. Classic bait and switch with tension release.
Yeah. For your bisexual, I love the thing you did last week of like the everybody comes. I feel like you could do that right
Oh,
at the
the
beginning of
joke?
the bisexual, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm bisexual, and you know, some men have asked me, "What's it like when two chicks have sex?" And I'm like, I don't know. Both people come.
She's such a good joke writer.
It's good. I love the cupboard thing. It's so funny, and your impression is like really great. But I didn't get the Harry Potter thing. That's not an Irish thing, is it?
No, but I say English on stage usually. On my album it's English.
Oh, okay.
But I went with Ireland because the girl's Irish, so I must have just like checked out and gone with truth instead of
Gotcha.
performance.
Okay.
That one. Which one? I really want to kind of workshop the I either go with the holiday one. I either up my drug use around the holiday to deal with my family. That's why. Or I want to say that I have a New Year's resolution to just do more drugs or watch more TV.
Oh, that was something I was wondering about. Why is your drug use so high? Because you're trying to deal with your family?
Yeah.
You didn't say that though. You just went, I up my drug use.
Got so glad the holidays are over. You know, had to see my family. Always up my drug use around the holidays. Like, there's got to be a way to put it in there.
What drugs specifically?
So many drugs. No, usually just wine. Wine and a really strong cup of coffee. Just gets me through it. I don't do that.
Yeah.
To me, that's like I'm so fucked up. I'm drinking a glass of wine.
Yeah, that's really, I really up my drug use around the holidays. I've been dangerously close to becoming a drug addict because I drink a lot of wine. I mean, that could be like, kind of funny.
I drink a lot of Merlot. Dangerous.
So much Merlot. A lot of Merlot. Yeah, so that one I could do.
I wonder if you could, I don't know, come up with something about, like, you're even better in bed on Christmas. Like, I give a mean blowjob on Christmas. Like, because you're getting more fucked up emotionally, right? I don't know if we go somewhere with that, but.
I could.
What else?
Or all the drugs that you need to be on. It's like in the beginning you mentioned that you were on like 11 different kinds of medication, and then around the holidays you're always doing a bunch of drugs again. Like maybe there's a way that it could be like a
white Christmas.
Like, well, I'm back to doing, the drugs again because,
Because there's so much eggnog.
Well, because around your family you were on drugs before the medications for depression.
Yeah, medications.
So
to
you're
deal
just like
with my
stocking up.
family. Now I need drugs to deal with my family. Just so much wine. I get so drunk I speak in cursive. What should I say? It's like speak in cursive.
That got a laugh.
Like you would ask, like you ever get so drunk, like you know what I'm saying?
You know,
you ever get so drunk you speak in cursive, like I think you would ask it. Like,
yeah, when you get so drunk that you speak in cursive.
However you did it was funny, and then I didn't even know what it meant, but I was laughing, and then it's sort of like then you just visualize it. And
Yeah, it's just a
poetic.
funny visual.
Okay. So it works. Okay, good. And then bisexual real man Heather. Does that work?
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just work on. I need to say it out loud more. It's been a year since I said that joke.
But I'm going
Show
to
me.
challenge you now because you're such a good joke writer, and your joke of "I'm great in bed," such a great joke. I want you to write all of your jokes to be that strong.
How? I think that's the
How? All bait and switches because you know how to write them.
Yeah.
Your whole act could be taking him here, go here, taking him here, go here, taking him here. The whole thing should be constantly surprising us.
All right. I have a couple from the 21 pages that are kind of bait and switchy.
Great.
So I'll go for it.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Chelsea Wells.
What's up, guys? It's Chelsea Wells. I got 3 minutes of material and only 2 minutes on stage, so just like come find me after for the punchlines. Yeah. Cool. Well, I've been going out lately, and guys try and guess my ethnicity. Guys are like, "What's up, girl? Are you Hispanic?" I'm like, "No." Guys are like, "What's up, girl? Are you Italian?" I'm like, "No." But when guys are like, "What's up, girl? Are you Persian?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Yeah, you are." Yeah, so the last time this guy was like, "What's up, girl? Are you Persian?" I was like, "Yes." He was like, "No, you're not." I was like, "Okay, good talk." But in the future, I'm gonna wax my eyebrows when it's convenient for me. Honestly, though, I've had worse. Like, at my own birthday, this guy was like, "I tell you a story about my dick, but it's too long." I was like, "I tell you..." It is really stupid, yeah. And I was like, "I tell you a story about my pussy, but you wouldn't get it." Thank you. I feel better about myself now, guys. Being edgy online gives me anxiety. I swear I'm the only person who's still smiling on Instagram. Like, why is every girl's photo like, "Happy holidays"? Out here like, "Happy holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, any holiday you wanna." Yeah, I know it's not trendy right now, but I have a personality. And good intentions, and my friends are like, "Why are you wasting everyone's time with that?" I recently got enough body hair removal to pay for a semester's worth of college. No punchline, just needed to tell someone. My high school's next to a horse farm and a church. I was a Jew with allergies, so just like wanted to paint that picture for you. Yeah, but when you're from a place like that, people want to know what it's like living in a place like this. People are always like, this year I was a seat filler at the Academy Awards, and I turned to this guy at the commercial break, and he's like, "Where do you think Meryl Streep keeps all of her Academy Awards?" I was like, "I don't know. I'll ask her."
A lot of wordplay with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really make me laugh. Very funny.
There's a few things that are deaf better than that didn't make it to the 2 minutes, but it's okay. Let's go with what we got.
Sometimes you talk too fast and we can't understand what you're saying.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that first line, I have 2 minutes of material and 3 minutes. No, tell me it again.
Normally I do have 6 minutes of material and only 5 minutes on stage, so just like come find me after the punchlines.
Does that work when you do
Yeah.
Come find me
It's just like a quick zing, and yeah.
it? Do you open with that?
Mm-hmm. Or I also have, last night I had sex with not 1, not 2, but 0 people.
I like that. Yeah.
I love that.
That's just so out of nowhere. I love
That
it.
is so
Okay.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Do that one instead.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes you so much more like fun and likable. Because
Okay.
right off the bat, you're saying, I don't have punchlines. You know, which I get where you're going. I think it is funny, but I don't know if like a comedy audience would appreciate why that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for an open mic.
Yeah.
You know, with other comics.
Yeah, that's true.
But that is so fun. And I had sex with not 1, not 2.
That's great.
0 people. All right, so what's your second joke?
Guys trying to guess an ethnicity.
I feel like the third one didn't have a payoff.
Yeah, and when you say I'm gonna wax my eyebrows when it's convenient for me, it's a leap. Like because I don't. The first time you ever did it, I didn't understand it, and you had to
Yeah.
explain it to me, and I'm like, you're assuming everybody's like, oh yeah, Persian people have to wax. You're just assuming a lot
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for that joke to work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it needs one more sentence to set it up.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Yeah, so what's this first one? They're like, what's up, girl? Are you Hispanic?
And I'm
What's
like,
up, girl?
no.
Are you Italian?
Yeah, no.
Because the third one needed a bigger punch. Because the third one was still another question. It was, what's up, girl? Are you Persian?
I'm like, yes. And they're like, no, you're not.
That's where you can go, okay, good talk.
Okay, good talk. Oh, I don't need the yes.
No.
I don't need the second part.
No.
Okay.
So I pulled out my thread.
Try it again.
Guys trying to guess my ethnicity. Guys are like, what's up, girl? Are you Hispanic? I'm like, no. Guys are like, what's up, girl? Are you Italian? I'm like, no. But when guys are like, what's up, girl? Are you Persian? I'm like, no. They're like, yeah, you are. I'm like, okay. Good talk.
Yeah, that's really funny. That's gonna be funnier.
Okay.
I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Okay, good talk. And then your next line about the waxing the eyebrows.
Just cut, yeah.
Do
I'm
you
not
think she
married to
needs
it.
it?
It gets
Say it
so
again.
muscles.
Threading the eyebrows.
I'm like, but in the future, I'm gonna wax my eyebrows when it's convenient for me. There's like an eyebrow tribe that it works when I do it, but I'm not like obsessed. I can cut
But
it.
it doesn't work because it didn't
I don't
work in
get-
here.
Like, I
Okay.
get the connection, but the joke isn't there.
Okay, so just cut that. That's fine.
I mean, you could still say something like, but even though I'm not Persian, I am still gonna wax my eyebrows. I mean, something like that.
With my dental floss.
What are you? If you don't mind me asking. Like, what is your background?
Jewish and a little bit Middle Eastern,
Okay.
but not Persian.
Gotcha.
You have great eyebrows.
Thanks, girl. I know it's like something about like it's just like it's been done to be like I naturally have one or something.
Yeah, the
Like, I started with
Oh.
one. Or people are always like, they're cousins, not sisters. But like, I just feel like it's been done.
That's a joke though. Someone's like someone complimenting my eyebrows. It's like thanks. I started with one. You know.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's only one.
I remember
Well,
the
that's-
beginning. when
that's
I started,
funny.
I only had one.
Good, Josia. Yeah,
Thanks,
that's
Sophia.
really funny.
That is the truest thing. I started waxing when I was 7.
Really?
Wow.
I was so hairy. I was so made fun of. Oh, it's like crazy. I know any like person I go and talk to are like, you are one of the hairiest women we've ever seen. Like totally. Still.
What if you were like, I had to start waxing when I was 7 months old?
Okay, I like that. The only thing is, I don't know if it plays. I feel like you wouldn't think that. I don't know. Maybe you would.
That's a good one.
Well, yeah, because you wax.
No,
That's why we
say
don't
it
know.
again.
Okay.
Say it. Say it.
Okay. And he's like, "What's up, girl? You Persian?" I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "No, you're not." I was like, "Okay, good talk." People are always like, "I love your eyebrows." I'm like, "Thanks. I started with one." No, like I literally started waxing when I was 7 months old.
Yeah.
like
Maybe you need to say, I'm so hairy. I started waxing when I was 7
Okay.
months old.
Yeah, I'm so hairy. I started waxing when I was 7 months old.
Yeah.
You get a bikini wax, I got a diaper wax.
Oh yeah, bikini wax diaper wax. Yeah, I like
too much.
And sometimes I do like, yeah, I have a lot of hair, but I'm getting grays. You ever see a gray hair and immediately think of the rose petals falling off from Beauty and the Beast? Same. Slash neither.
So your delivery is what sells it.
Yeah, you're so funny.
Yeah, it's the that kind of like sarcastic kind of draw. Like if a Kardashian were actually smart and funny. You know?
Thank you. What
Yeah.
a great compliment. I'm like, if a Kardashian was smart. Which is kind of dumb.
No, I love your comedy so much.
Thanks.
What's your next joke?
Then I have the body hair removal paper semester with college. I think that works. I mean, it's not life changing, but it can be good.
Life changing. Which one is it?
I recently paid for enough body hair removal to pay for semesters with a college. No punchline, just needed to tell someone. Mm-hmm.
Does that work? I chose.
I don't do it. It's a mild moment, yeah.
You could follow that with the eyebrow joke, but I did get a compliment on my eyebrows. And I was like, thanks. I started with one, like, because then you're like looping it.
Right. Into the whole hair moment.
Maybe. Wait, say it again. That I paid.
Slow down though, because you're lumping in a bunch of words together super fast.
I recently paid for enough body hair removal to pay for a semester's worth of college.
Equal to the sum of a semester at Princeton, or like something specific.
Oh, and then I could be like Princeton. Like maybe that could be a
like Ivy
tag.
League shit.
Right.
Like, could have gone to college. Or, I don't know. It's like.
How much was it really? Is it how much is it like a session?
It's a lot.
A lot.
Really
Do you pay for it?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Or
yeah. No, by sometimes I mean sometimes I just like leave whole patches and don't even do it. I literally did one side of my vagina to see if it worked. I don't trust people. And everyone's like, it doesn't even work. It grows back. You're wasting. I was like, I'm gonna fucking try this. And I did one side and it totally works.
This is funny because it's the truth. It's very funny.
Yeah.
You should tell that story.
I literally just never did the other side.
No, that's super funny. So funny.
That's a great visual too.
You have half a landing strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend now. I'm like,
So like
deal with it.
everyone like you guys date guys with an eye patch.
Deal with it.
You're like, I think you've been drinking too much, okay? This is just right.
That's
Dating
awesome.
guys with eye patches.
That's great.
Okay, maybe
Really good.
work in all that. All right.
Yeah, I just did one side. That's all I could afford. Yeah, so I date. So my boyfriend, I make my boyfriend wear an eye patch. That's when he goes down on me, I make him wear an eye patch, just so it looks even to him.
Okay, that's good. Good stuff.
Who wants to go? Kelly.
There she is.
Oh yeah.
So I had a question. Our best, like, I was gonna do Vegas, but stuff that we're gonna do for the show.
Whatever
Like
you want to show us, that's like your top material and.
Okay.
So we know who you are.
All right, I'm Kelly. I'm Kelly. I grew up in Vegas, which is weird. Every time I tell people that I grew up in Vegas, they like think I grew up on the Strip. And it's just funny to me. I'm like, what? Because they're like, oh my God, Vegas, how was that? That must have been so crazy. It must have been nuts, right? And I'm like, what do you think? Like, I was born in the Bellagio. Was my mom like, are you hungry, honey? Hold on, let me go get the bottle. I've lied to people just to see how far I can, go with it. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty normal, but actually poker, it's an elective. It's dope. This high schools, they don't have marching bands, they just have DJs, which is cool. Also in the really bad side of town, the merry-go-rounds don't even have animals on them, they just have poles. you guys are pretty dead tonight. I actually did really want to be a stripper as a kid because like the imagery was everywhere. Literally, it was everywhere. My dad was like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "Her, little darling." But I'm just too silly to be like a stripper, you know, because it's so weird. You know, you gotta be all focused in on the thing. You gotta just, and it's like boring. You know, I kind of want to tell like a bad joke. I'd be like, "Hey, why'd you pay me with Monopoly money?" Because a few of these properties are fake. Yeah, sex industry is very big there as well. Like, I don't like to get too dressed up on my flights home. Not because I'm afraid of somebody making me an offer. I think I'm more afraid it would be low.
Okay, good job. You seem like you kind of like bailed out a little bit on your stuff.
Well, yeah, it was weird. I'm just so used to doing that bit and it being so high energy and it usually works. And then I was like, I'm so sick of this.
And you're sick of it?
I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that.
You don't love it?
I did love it. You know, I'm just kind of like, it's literally it's verbatim every set I do. That was just like a very low energy version of it. I was like, I even hate this.
You should have said that. Yeah. You should have said, you guys, even I hate this material. You guys, I know you guys aren't laughing. Don't worry. I don't like it either. Some disconnected a little bit, right? I mean, you did say, guys, you're dead. But you can't really blame an audience, right? You kind of have to like go, okay, what's happening right now? And just reconnect. Were you feeling nervous? What was going on?
I was disconnected from it. Just like pretty much immediately.
But it's good stuff and you're very likable.
Yeah.
They're good jokes.
There are jokes in there, yeah.
Yeah.
When she does it live, she does a lot more body physical stuff too.
Yeah, like
So
it really is. Like I've noticed
the
jokes don't just hold up on their own. Like I really have to do like my quirky, like just
like Eliza Schlesinger. She's very physical. She's very act-outy.
Physicality to it to really get the laughs, as opposed to like, just telling a joke.
It takes you a while to get to your first punchline, which is Bellagio. Right? I mean, do they think I grew up on the Strip? Does that get a laugh when you say Strip? They think I'm from the Strip? Or is that still part of the setup?
Well, usually people are always like, what? No way, that must have been fucking crazy. I'm like, what did I think? I was born in the Bellagio?
No, I was in the parking lot in the taxi.
Yes. Yeah, and I love the visual of your mom getting the bottle, like with bottle service.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
funny.
I'm sure when you sell it, it works. Yeah.
Yeah, it usually does work.
Your bedroom was like a VIP lounge.
Well, maybe you could start writing about why you left Vegas. If you're burned out about talking about Vegas, maybe you can write about why you got burned out on Vegas.
Yeah.
Maybe you could get kind of reconnected that way.
Yeah.
Did you really want to be a stripper?
No.
That would have been funny.
I used to think that they were like, I do remember going to a McDonald's and there was like a hooker, at the ordering, and I was like, Mom, look at her, she's so pretty. And my mom was,
what if we
a little horrified by it.
That's a great bit.
Yeah, that's really funny.
It took a long pause after I said
that. That's really funny. My mom was a little horrified by it.
Yeah. What if you didn't say more at first and it said like scantily clad and then you're like, scantily clad is really pretty and my mom was horrified. Or, I don't know.
I loved your pause, your timing though, when you just told
You
that
have
true
excellent
story.
timing. You're such a funny person. Yeah.
Even your expressions when you're just looking at the audience, like, really good.
I can just tell you're thinking, and I want to know what you're thinking. So I enjoyed watching that, your process.
Thank you.
You're very
I feel like maybe like I don't know why I'm getting this idea in my head about like let's say you know like an Asian family they assume that oh you're gonna be a doctor and son you're gonna do this and maybe your mom's like okay you're gonna go to the best classes you're gonna shake your ass and you're gonna shake your ass on that pole you know like people assume that that's the goal is to be a stripper.
Yeah.
So you told your mom you wanted
you for.
If you told your mom you wanted to be a stripper, so she made you go around the pole like all night, you know, like with the cigarettes you had to smoke a whole pack.
Yeah. What if you were like, but mom, I really want to be a doctor. I want to help people, and you think stripping isn't helping people? I don't know.
There's something about wanting to be an actor as a kid, and probably somewhere in that. But yeah, the truth. I think I'm just trying to gear it more towards the truth.
Yeah.
Which it does feel so much funnier when it's like real. Whereas all that stuff is just kind of, you know, I'm kind of just making it up for the most part. But.
Will you please do my favorite joke for everybody?
The Instagram one?
Yeah. I want Sam to see it.
I'm trying to add more to it, but I'll just do it the way.
Just get to the funniest part.
So, I recently realized I have really bad trust issues. Because my boyfriend's on Instagram, I'm on Instagram. It's like a new relationship, and one day I was just like casually logged into his account, as we do. And I noticed that he likes a lot of really beautiful women, a lot of them, and it really got to me, So I had to confront him because I like to communicate. It's very important. So I was just like, hey. I just noticed last night after you tapped my ass, you double tapped Sarah's ass. And, he was like, oh, on Instagram? I was like, yeah. I noticed you liked the photo. Like, why do you like these photos? He's like, no, I just like them. It's harmless. And I'm like, okay, I understand that you like them, but like, why do you need to let them know? Because that's the thing, it's like a little weird. Like, I like dogs and I like memes and I like dogs, and you like Sarah and Brooke and Brittany, and you can't do that in real life. That would be like you walking down the street knowing very well that you have a girlfriend and being like, hey, what's up, girl? Hey, I like that. Didn't get it.
Usually you go, hey, I like that.
Hey, you, what's up? I like that. Yeah, I do.
I don't think you need to say what's up. I seriously think you would never walk down the street and be like, hey, I like that.
Yeah. And you do it a few times too. She's like, hey, I like that.
I like that. I like that.
Hey, kissy face. Or can I do that? I like that. I like that.
I think it's I like that. I like that. I like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Isn't that a great bit, you guys?
Yeah. Great. I heart you.
Because it's so real and so relatable.
Yeah.
To everybody. Every guy in the room has been through that with his girlfriend. And every girl in the room has been through that. Like, I mean, at least I have. I know I have.
I like that she's so jealous. She's so pretty. Like, why would you be jealous of anybody? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that you're jealous is hilarious to me. Of anybody, it's just.
But that material speaks to me and makes me remember you because you're being so vulnerable, and you're exposing your insecurities to us. Your Vegas material is sort of shallow. I mean, it's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, but it's not like it doesn't make me go, oh my god, this girl's a genius. I've got to see her again. Have you seen this bit? And then you want people to tell their friends. I mean, I could see booking you at the Laugh Factory and them taking that clip and putting it on their Instagram.
I feel so much more connected to that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely really just want to focus on that.
Yeah, more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Instead of Sarah,
The truth.
could you say like some funny screen? I think there's an opportunity to like something really clever.
Baby B-Dub. That's the one that he was liking.
What is it called?
Baby B-Dub. That was her handle.
Like, make up like the most slutty sounding, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like two two mountains of.
Last time you said the word thirst trap as well, and I think that using that lingo makes it like even more like you're locked in. Okay. You're like, oh, thirst trap photos. I know what that is. Or like,
He's
I post
that-
some of those. Or
He's smart. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thirst trap.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Okay, thanks guys.
Do you guys need to pee?
No.
Can we just keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
Sorry, I'm just excited for everyone.
Oh my god, look at this stuff.
I know, it's
Are
so
there cakes there? No.
Cakes and mini cupcakes.
What's over there?
Banana bread, but there's no.
Oh yeah, you have to just use the back of the fork. They didn't have any knives.
No, you just have to tear out a piece with the fork.
I guess I'm like nervous still.
All right.
Starting. I'm like weirder than I look. I promise. Like, and apparently I'm a ginger, you know. And you know how I know that I'm a ginger? I know because like some fucking asshole tells me every goddamn day. Like, every day, some asshole's like, "Is that natural? Oh my god, like is that?" And then you know, as if it's like not 2019. They'll be like, do the drapes match the carpet? Like still, do the drapes match the carpet? Like do the drapes match the carpet? Like it's 2019, like what fucking carpet, right? But like actually there's still a little bit there right now because my appointment's Thursday. When I was young, I really used to love going through other people's stuff. Like when I babysit, I'd go through their closets and like their drawers, and now I still do that, but I get paid for it because I'm a therapist. But like, I would go and I would like search everything. I would go through and I would find like their best reading material, you know, like their divorce papers. And sometimes I'd find like really cool things, like their double dung dildos. And like, I know what you're thinking, like I did not judge it, okay? In fact, I relished in it, like both sides. My mom super loves that joke. My mom, she loves what I'm doing, you know. Kind of like a Trump tantrum, you know. She wishes like she could shut this down. She called the other day and she was like, "It's like bizarre. My daughter saying piggish things in front of audiences of people." I'm like, I don't even know what that cunt is talking about, you know? It's like not like I'm trying to talk about like how I've been like kind of fantasizing about wanting like to like peg my boyfriend or anything, but like that's disgusting.
Wait, what did you say? You want to what? Your boyfriend?
Peg my boyfriend. Wait, I want to say my next part though.
Okay.
Like, I don't really blame her though because like the LA is seeping into me. Like all of a sudden, like lately, I've been thinking about wanting to get plastic surgery, but that's kind of scary because I've been realizing it seems like plastic surgery is like perfume. People just stop smelling it on themselves. Mm-hmm. Like something like that. Like I want to do some joke about how like you know how women here just look like fucking aliens and like it just seems like they stop like seeing it, but I want to relate it to like perfume. Yeah. But I don't know how to do it yet.
No, like nose blind, face blind kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Everybody looks the same, like aliens in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, they really do. But like, you know how we stop smelling our perfume and then we just like cancel on
You put on more and more and more and more and more.
Plastic surgery is the Axe body spray.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Plastic surgery is the new Axe body spray. That's funny.
Yeah. Plastic surgery is the new Axe body spray.
A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah.
Or like, what was that like what's the like perfume you all wear when you were like young?
Eternity.
Secret exclamation.
Yeah, like Amber Romance. Like that's like Baby Hooker.
Exclamation! I remember that.
Something like that. I don't know. Anyway.
Poison.
White diamond.
So, like, do you tell everybody you're a therapist? Can you talk about this on stage in your
Yeah, so the only thing that I do usually do sometimes is like I'm a therapist, which means that like I have the secrets to being happy. So you ask like, are you happy? No. I usually say something like no because like my clients depress me or something, and then I talk about that part where I used to like to go through people's stuff. Something like that. Sometimes I say I'm a therapist, but I started doing stand-up because
I like collect people's secrets all day, and and then I became a stand-up because I wanted to dump all their shit on you, or like I say something like that.
That's funny.
But that's about it. I don't usually do any other therapist stuff.
What kind of therapist?
I'm a psychoanalytic psychotherapist that works with eating disorders.
Blech.
Blah. Yeah.
What if you did that? Oh.
It's like sad.
Like, oh, can't do that. Or like, cause like, oh, never mind.
That'd be funny. I know.
I'm like a therapist. Like,
I'm a psychoanalytical psychotherapist who works with eating disorders. I know. That's so funny.
That's actually really gross and good. I love it.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That's so fucked up. And I would actually be okay with a client seeing that because, like, if they can't laugh at that, then, like, sorry.
Yeah. Do you use your real name?
Alicia.
On flyers and stuff? Your whole full.
Well, I have them, like, in hiding, and then I just do, like, flappers, and, like, that doesn't scare me.
Well, no, I have a lot of students who are like teachers and principals of schools and all these different things, and they have a stage name.
A lot of people actually have told me to do a stage name because now, like, they're making me, like, do all this marketing as myself, as a therapist, which I hate. So, like, yeah, it would be kind of cool if they couldn't find me.
Yeah.
Because it depends if you care about losing. Like, I would, if I saw my therapist, I would quit. Like, I would fire her.
If I saw my therapist, I would be so freaked out.
I would be really pissed.
That's like a Larry David episode.
Yeah.
But some people might Some people might be like, oh, that's awesome.
The funny thing is everybody in LA has a therapist.
Yeah.
So it's like, so I see a lot of familiar faces here.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not going to blow your cover.
And I swear a lot and, like, say a lot of dirty stuff.
Yeah. I think if you do, you have to own it.
Or just use your middle name and your first name and not your last name.
Oh, I should use my stripper name. Did you used to use when you were little, like, your middle name and the street you grew up on? So it'd be Jean Sycamore.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you guys have, like, your stripper name?
Oh, yeah.
But I think maybe I should come up with a better stripper name for me.
Big Red.
Oh.
Ginger. Ginger.
Ginger Snap.
Ginger Snap. Ginger Snapped.
Ginger Snap?
So give me the guy said the carpet matched the drapes, and your bait and switch is what drapes?
Yeah, what carpet?
Oh,
Or
what
it's 2019, like, what carpet? Because, you know, we waxed it.
Right, but you want, when you say it's 2019, you want us to think, you know, don't talk to women like that anymore. That's what you want to.
Right.
Right. It's. I think you can.
So I did it too fast.
You said 2019 too many times. It's very simple.
I fucked it up. I said it beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, what I meant to say was something like, because that's such a weird old joke, do the drapes match the carpet? Like, it's like a 90s joke, but guys still say it. They still are like, do the drapes match the carpet? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding?
So you go drapes carpet, right?
Yeah. Drapes? Oh yeah, do the drapes match the carpet? Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, and just go, guys, it's 2019. What carpet?
Yes. Okay. It's 2019. What carpet?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
That makes
That's
me
good.
laugh.
Okay.
But you guys aren't laughing. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, we did laugh. Actually,
they think it's cute. They're like, it's cute.
Because I've kind of seen, like, people talk about, like, I don't have it any. Like, I think I've seen it.
Oh, you've
Not
seen
like,
it?
But not like that. Like, I think that's cute.
Do you think it's cute because it goes with the redhead stuff?
I hear a lot of, like, drapes carpet.
Did you guys like the dildo part? I really did find a double head dildo when I was really young.
I didn't, what was
And you said you used it.
Yeah, put it in
Well,
the
I
dishwasher.
just said I relish in it both sides. But actually what I really meant was that I used to actually really love, as a little kid, to read the divorce papers. And I really actually, because I say divorce papers and double head dildo, and then I say I relish in it both sides, and, like, you think that I'm talking about the dildo, which is funny. But I actually used to, like, read it and be like, I totally get it. Like, I totally, like, get both sides and, like, be in it and, like, be like, oh my god, he's paying this and, like, she's taking the kids for that long. It was so fucked up. And then I grew up to actually, like, I want to know everyone's, like, deep, dark secrets, and I, like, still am, like, digging for shit. I love it, and I don't judge it. I actually don't. Like, I'm super not judgmental. Like, I do relish in it. Like, I love when people tell me, like, they're, like, crazy stuff. So I was, like, kind of referencing that, but, like, making it.
So you're saying what was it? You used to go through people's stuff.
So I used to go through people's stuff. Like, I used to dig through their closets, like, through their drawers,
and like then I say like I would love it. I would find their best reading material, like their divorce papers, and sometimes even their double dong dildos.
Right. Oh, damn.
There's two sides.
And I'm not judging it, which has two sides.
There's two sides to
Yeah.
every story.
Two sides to every story. So that's what I'm talking about. And then so maybe I need to be clearer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I don't judge it. I relished in it. Both sides.
Of the story.
Should I say of the story?
It's not that clear, and it also seems not truthful.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, it wasn't the strongest part.
Okay. You guys liked when I said my mom called, and then I said, I don't know what that cunt's talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. That was super
Okay.
Yeah.
My daughter saying piggish things. She really said
That's
this.
really funny.
Yeah,
Your
that's funny.
imitation's great too.
Yeah.
In front
It's
of
really
audiences of people. She really said this. She was like, I was like, Mom, you just don't like comedy. She's like, I know, I read Yeats and Keats and Yates. I'm a romantic. Said that.
That's
She was like,
funny too.
like just like looking. She's like, of course I know, and I read Keats and Yates.
I love your mom and your truth and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like when you were little, looking through people's stuff, I don't know how funny that is.
I can cut that part.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
Well, now you
I did
go,
that for a little while, and like I can cut it. I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to, because now you still go through people's stuff. You just charge $75 an hour.
Oh.
In their minds.
You know, so if there's a way to make that
300,
clear.
you mean?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
$300 an hour. Oh
Yeah.
my god!
You know,
We
how
charge some
therapists
money,
make.
girl.
They make a lot of money.
We make money, girl.
Don't get fired.
I know.
Don't get fired.
I'm in the wrong
No,
profession.
I'm aiming for 300 right now. I don't actually make that yet, please.
You're like $250.
But like, don't feel bad for me.
That's about the average price.
No, I don't know.
Just more truthful stuff.
I think you could do more on the mom.
Oh yeah.
So great.
Because it's
And your voice
original.
with that is
Yeah.
so-
Nobody's done it before. It's never been
Can
done
I
because
do
it's
the
your
Keats
stuff.
and Yates stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
More stuff like that.
Yeah.
100%.
People are gonna get that because I always thought they were gonna be like, I have no idea what she's talking
so
about.
funny.
It's still funny. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I know it's something, but I'm still laughing.
Yeah, it's important literature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when she says I'm such a romantic, then we kind of get it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Is she single?
Yeah.
Oh, she's so single.
Then she's such a romantic. She's single. Is
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because isn't it always the single ones that are romantic? Because when you're in a relationship,
It's
nobody's
so
romantic.
true.
They don't even close the toilet seat.
So when she says when she's like, I'm a romantic, do I go, who's single? No.
Doesn't
I
work.
think
Where do you think I should put it?
Because you said she's a kind of like I think that's your strongest. You're never gonna get stronger than
That
big
part.
plot. Like it's just
Oh,
such a.
Mm-hmm.
where it-
She's like,
there's
I'm
nothing
such a
wrong with
romantic mom. It's pronounced cunt.
that. Yeah.
No, it was better. It was just good the way that you said it.
The way you
Okay,
said it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny though that like my boyfriend who I like adore has like clinical OCD like so bad, and I do think it's kind of funny somehow. We can talk about it later maybe, like to somehow juxtapose that like
Mhm.
my boyfriend's like
Yeah,
the
let's-
craziest of crazy.
Let's get into it later because I
Yeah.
think that's funny that he's dating a therapist.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's a smart guy. He
Yeah,
might
but
be,
You know,
but that's
just
a
so
smart
you know,
guy.
you
I'm
say
just
like
like free.
You say like a lot.
I say like a lot, yeah.
Are you okay with that?
No, but I don't know
You can
if I
catch
do
it and stop it.
I don't know if I do it when I'm not as nervous, but maybe.
But once you have everything well
Like, yeah,
written
yeah.
out and you know your setups and your punches,
I don't.
it'll be easier hopefully to not say it.
I think that when I've done that before, did I say? I don't remember saying like a lot, like in my old set. Remember?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I think it's just when I'm nervous.
Okay.
I hope, but we can work on it.
Good
You guys
job.
can like snap.
A cow product.
I do it too. I say.
I do it from Allie. She makes it. I'm hearing it so much. My daughter.
Hi guys. I'm Zoe. Looking young has always been a problem for me. Yeah, it's like, it's almost offensive how young people think I look. It's like,
When I go into clubs, they don't even card me. They just ask where my mother is. My boyfriend was arrested for child pornography for posting our vacation photos. Guys, I'm just kidding. He's still at large. A little background on me before I get started. I was born on 420. I'm a chef and I'm unemployed. So lately it's getting really confusing. I don't know whether to smoke the pot, stir the pot, or shit and get off the pot. My dad called me the other day and he asked what I'm doing other than my stand-up gigs. And I told him I'm doing a lot of meditation. He said, well, I'm glad you're not sitting around doing nothing. My boyfriend actually had a dog named Zoe when he was growing up, and it was fine, but it made things really weird. Like, we'd be in bed and he'd be scratching my ear and rubbing my belly saying, that's a good girl. I loved it. But when he told me to roll over, it really pissed me off, so I bit him. Back when I was cooking and employed, I learned a lot of useful stuff, like how to make labna. Labna is this Middle Eastern fermented yogurt dip, and we made ours in-house, and it would take 5 days to make. And, at the end of 5 days, I would sit there and I would strain out like 100 quarts of this labna. So I'd stack a few strainers on top of each other, I'd line them with cheesecloth, and I'd sift through it with a ladle for an hour and a half. Yeah, it was spritzing all over the place. All the dudes would come up to me and they'd be like, how's it coming? I hate labna. My boyfriend loves it.
Good job, Zoe. I was born on 420, so I don't know if I should shit or get off. Do that joke again.
Okay. Yeah, a little background on me. I was born on 420. I'm a chef and I'm unemployed, so lately it's getting really confusing. I don't know whether to smoke the pot, stir the pot, or shit and get off the pot. It usually hits.
It's funny, but you know what I think? I think that it's not really revealing any background on you, and you're like, here's some background on me, and then you just do this quick joke.
Well, it says, I guess I thought it said when I'm a fun day I'm born on, my profession, and that I'm currently unemployed. But maybe it reveals that part is very truthful.
It does.
And because,
But you just came from something that's so real. Talking about how you look and how young you look and the situations you go through, and we're like totally engaged with your truth and going, oh my god, this girl does look so young, she's so funny. And then you go into a jokey joke. It's kind of hard to follow a truthful joke with a jokey joke.
Right.
So it's a conflict of point of view.
And that was kind of weird because I was throwing together. I usually have such a specific order, and I think it was hard for me to kind of throw different jokes. And like that 420 joke, I have a whole bit on my father and how he's a hippie, and I have this whole marijuana bit, and that goes together. So I don't know if it works apart. I don't know.
What's after the shit or get off the pot joke? What was the next line?
I did the dog joke.
Sex
in
bed with the dogs, you roll over.
Yeah. My boyfriend had a dog named Zoe when he was growing up. It was just fine, but it made things really weird. Like, we'd be in bed, and he'd be scratching my ear and rubbing my belly, saying, that's a good girl, which I liked. But when he told me to roll over, it really pissed me off, so I bit him. And usually it hits, but also... I was playing with the idea of the other switch for that joke, which is, we'd be in bed and he'd be scratching my ear and patting my head and rubbing my belly and calling me a good girl. And I was like, I love this. But when he told me to, then he told me to come. And I was like, that's on you.
Make me
come. Make me come.
And then he told me to come, and I was like, make me.
Oh.
Right.
And it works also better because I tell a lot of other bits about him that kind of introduce him. So I don't know.
So were you
Maybe.
kind of like taking your best of and putting it into 2 minutes that don't necessarily go together?
Yes.
That's what was happening.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I just, because I didn't really understand if it should be a strong,
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what it
Okay.
is.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
it's just all kind of random jokes that go together, so it wasn't a story.
I love your younger stuff. It's like so funny.
Yeah, it's so original and so
Yeah.
smart.
Unique.
She's a good joke writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see you trying to like grow out pubic hair just to prove that you're a grown up. Everybody else is shaving and waxing. You're trying to, grow it out.
That is not a lie. My boyfriend's like, full bush.
See, it's true.
I'm like, I'm so sorry I didn't get a wax. He's like, don't do it. You're gonna look like a child.
That's funny.
There you go.
What about the Labna joke?
I like the joke about the guys at work that the only guys that ask you out are pedophiles.
Oh, yeah, I cut that line. Okay, so I have a line in between those, and I say, coworkers only hit on me if they're child molesters. And half the time it's a big laugh, and half the time it's like, ugh, oh god, because I do look so young, and they're like, oh my god, is she allowed to talk about this on stage?
I think if you say you're 25, it's less.
Yeah, well, I'm 25, but a lot of guys, like, when they hit on me, they think I'm younger, and they're pedophiles. Or,
when my boyfriend comes, I look at him like, you pedophile.
Have you actually had like a creepy like guy?
Like all this stuff is actually true. Like,
what?
Very true. I mean, he wasn't actually arrested, but there have been like weird, like I lived in Europe with him, and everybody thought he was my dad. Like wherever we went.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, such a sweet father-daughter. And
Is
I
he
was
older
like,
than you?
He's 1 year older than me, but he looks a lot older.
That's.
And I look really young, so it's a really funny juxtaposition.
I feel like if the audience gets uncomfortable at one of your like pedophile jokes, you'd be like, no, you guys, my mom said it was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I've done stuff like that.
Yes.
it'd be fun if you're like, I'm dating an older guy. I'm 25, he's 26.
That's what I did.
that.
I did that, and I said, even though I look really young, I've always felt I have an old soul. It's kind of true. I'm 25, but I feel like I'm like 31. I like older men too. My boyfriend's 26.
It's too.
Literally,
if you go, I'm dating an older guy.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm 25 and he's 26. I mean, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's just a cute joke, but it's true,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I look 16 and he looks 83.
Yeah.
And then you can say, so when we go out, people think I'm his daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
So I call him daddy and get a piggyback ride.
you can start like, mining some true stuff.
Get a piggyback.
Because the age stuff is really tapping into something with people. They're loving it, so why not go further?
Yeah,
with
and
it?
I think I have so much stuff. It kind of taps in perfectly to talking about my parents.
Yeah.
And so many jokes, but those are so long, so I couldn't do them. It would be like I could only do one bit or two, so I chose not to do those two. But I think they go really well with the parents' jokes, and it's kind of people just get like a full perspective of me.
Yeah. It's good.
Did people ever ask your boyfriend like, oh, do you like the younger girls? Does he get made fun of for that a lot?
No, not really. But a lot of people think he's older.
Yeah.
I mean, he works a lot, so like we're always separate. But
Right.
when we're together, I think it's more of a, like, wait, what? They question his age more than mine, actually.
Gotcha.
They think he's like in his 30s or something.
Do you ever play any pranks on him? That's like in Walmart or something? That would be funny.
Your daughter's waiting for you.
Yeah.
I just
What about the Lavna joke? That usually gets a lot of laughs. But maybe it felt kind of awkward tonight.
I don't know what that is. The loud.
Oh, where I'm doing, yeah, because when I worked at this Middle Eastern restaurant in Silver Lake, I used to make labna every day.
What is labna?
It's this Middle Eastern fermented yogurt dip. I think I say it,
okay.
but I might have forgotten to say that. And literally every day I stood there with a ladle and like my apron and like all male kitchen like this, and all the dudes would come up to me and they'd literally be like, "How's it coming?"
I think it's more funny when we're investing in you as a chef, because the also
Right.
when you're talking about all chef, it like.
Because I have a whole story, like I talk about being a chef before that joke typically. That's
Gotcha.
the problem. I think I just threw together jokes and they don't work because if I did some of my other bits, I could only do one joke. So I felt like I wouldn't showcase as many.
Gotcha. Well, but the good news from this is we fell in love with your younger, I look so young jokes. So that tells you what, that's the great thing. Now you know where to run because we were so on board with that.
Nice.
Yeah, which is it's really cool. You have something really unique and special about you that no one else can write that material.
Mm-hmm.
So if I saw you on the show, I would remember you for sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys.
I have been single.
Are you going to record?
I am.
Oh, good.
For all 3 of Kate Hudson's pregnancies. And the entire lives of her children. Ryder just turned 15. So I'm working on an app and a website for older folks to get sex. So not really an hour time, but more of like a Tinder for the elderly. It's called Dinosaurs.com. DINOS horse. I'm not only the founder, but I'm also a member. I dated my Uber driver recently because who doesn't these days, you know? He won me over by singing the Hunchback of Notre Dame in French. Warranted a phone number. He's from Cameroon in Africa. And on the first night, you know, when he pulled down his pants and I saw his giant he looked at me and he was like, "You want Africa?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you Africa." And I was like, "I do want Africa. But maybe just the tip of Africa. It's a large continent. Cameroon's a small country, large continent." And I was just kind of afraid it was going to break me open. And he was like, "Well, you'll get used to it." And I was like, "It's not a bad haircut. It's not like, you know, braces." I guess I have a thing for guys who speak French. So I went out with this guy named Franck, and he was working really hard on his English. I know, true story. And classic French name. So he's working really hard. He's studying English. He's practicing a lot. And we all went out one night with a group, and he got into it. This one guy, and at one point he's just like, "Hey, eat your own shit and die with it in your mouth." And I was like, I think he just took eat shit and die to a whole new level. I was so proud. 'Cause, yeah, don't just eat anyone's shit, but eat your own shit. And don't die with it just anywhere. Die with it in your mouth. I have more, but that's my time.
Yeah.
So.
Good job. You didn't sell the Africa guy very well. You kind of backed off.
Did I? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got nervous.
I think I was on a show with you at Flappers, right? I saw you do that. Yeah.
Yes,
Grace's
well, at
show,
the
right?
graduation show, you mean? Or no?
No, I feel like I saw you at another one. I don't remember, but I remember that bit crushing.
Okay,
It was
yeah.
so good, and yeah, you seemed like you were kind of
Tentative
about it tonight. Yeah.
Holding back a little bit.
I was like, maybe actually, I thought, did I forget something?
I think that's the order. Like you said something about like before you had said like, yeah, I want Africa, but I think you said just the tip before you said but like it's a big continent. Maybe I think before you said that it's a big continent, maybe just like South Africa, like maybe just the tip. Like you had a little more geographical stuff before the tip.
Do you have it on tape? Do you have?
Yeah. No, I mean that's actually in the right sequence. I think I must have just been hesitant. It's not in that sequence. It's the sequence I did is the sequence it is, but I think I must have just been shy or something.
You added Ryder is 15, didn't you?
I did.
That is
so good.
genius.
He just turned 15.
I love it so much.
Yeah. Okay, good.
That's her oldest, right?
Yeah.
Ryder? Oh, that's so
great.
specific and so fun. Ryder is 15, so if that tells you anything. Who are her other kids?
The others actually I don't know the names of. She has another son who I think is 6 or 7, and then she just had a girl like a couple months ago.
It could be very funny if you just knew all their names. You knew their whole life, and you were like,
And their birthdays.
All right, let me dig into that. That sounds like a good little research project for me.
Right.
It's right up my alley, yeah.
He's 15 and a Scorpio.
Yeah, Ryder's 15.
You know the first thing, like April
Yeah.
4th.
He's gonna become old enough to date.
Or like, you know the day that since you left.
Yeah, that's
What if
really funny.
Ryder's 15. He has a girlfriend.
Yeah,
He's in a serious
girlfriend.
relationship. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, so that is, it makes you so lovable, like
Yeah.
right off the bat.
so
Okay, cool.
We're we so
on board.
are on board with you.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Killer.
And then you went into the Uber driver. Yeah, but just you're a little pacey and
Okay.
and you're pacing back and forth
Yeah.
and you're moving and you're just one more time.
Okay.
Plant your feet and do the bit.
And be still.
Yeah.
A little bit? All right. Like from the top, kind of.
Yeah, do it again.
All right. I've been single for all 3 of Kate Hudson's pregnancies and the entire lives of her children. Ryder just turned 15. So I'm working on a dating app.
Wait, you forgot he has a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great time. Okay, so Ryder just turned 15, and he has a girlfriend. I'm working on an app and a website for older folks to get sex. So not really an hour time, but more of a Tinder for the elderly. It's called dinosaurs.com. That's DINOS, horse. I'm not only the founder, but I'm also a member. I dated my Uber driver recently, because who doesn't these days? He won me over by singing The Hunchback of Notre Dame in French, warranted a phone number. And he's from Cameroon in Africa. And on the night we became intimate, and he pulled down his pants and revealed the arm of a teenage boy between his legs. He looked at me and he said, "You want Africa? I'll give you Africa." And I was like, "Yes, I do want Africa, but maybe just the tip of Africa. It's a large continent."
You used to go, "You want Africa?"
Where's the accent?
Yeah.
What you said, but maybe just Kenya.
Like, this is Cameroon, where you're from. It's small. Oh yeah. Well, I guess I was working on the stillness, so yeah. He's like, "You want Africa?"
No, how did he say it? When he said it to you, how did he
Because
say
he
it?
has a French accent, so he's like, that's it. I mean, he gets pretty worked up, and I'm like, I don't know what you just said. He's a friend of mine. It was sad to break up with him, so I was like, I really enjoy your company. Can't have sex with you. It's just too large. But he would be like, so he's like, "You want Africa? I'll give you Africa."
That's too serious. That's not funny. Like, you played it. You went. You want Africa?
Yeah. I did.
You did that the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, you really went for it.
You mean tonight, first time?
No, the first time you ever did it for us.
Oh, yeah, okay, so, I don't know, he's like, "You want Africa?" He's just kind of like, "I'll give you Africa." Like that, okay,
Yeah.
so just more energy.
Yeah, more energy.
Okay,
It's really exciting.
He's got to be different from you. He's got to
Yeah,
be really
yeah.
different.
Okay.
Because you're doing a character and an impression.
Okay, yeah. Let me lean into that then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I do want Africa. But, maybe just the tip of Africa. It's a large continent. Cameroon's a small country. And I just felt like that I just can't take that. And he was like, "You'll get used to it." And I was thinking, this isn't like a bad haircut, or braces or something. Yeah, and then,
instead of this isn't like a bad haircut or braces, you could be like, this is my mother-in-law.
I could just scrap it, but I think dinosaurs and spelling it out is funny. Typically, when I do DINOS and then horse.
Right. Could there be an
Get
opportunity?
the hoot, but it didn't. But yeah.
Could there be an opportunity for a callback, like kind of like a Tinder for people who've been single since Ryder was born?
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
You say older instead of old.
Yeah. So I'm working on an app. I'm working on an app. Right now, it's kind of termed a little old too. Like I'm working on an app for older folks to get sex, which sounds a little crotchety.
For people my age, or
for people who've been
people
single
who've been since
Ryder was born. Let's just do that. So I'm working on an app for people who've been single since Ryder was born. And
no, I'm working on a dating app for people my age.
So I'm working on a dating app for people my age. The thing is, I think what I was thinking when I wrote it was that in case this pattern continues, it's for the elderly kind, right? So that's what I was saying,
Oh, I don't think we jump ahead.
No, we don't do that.
Okay, so I'm, because then I don't know if it works if I say I'm working on an app for people my age, kind of like a Tinder for the elderly, then I don't think
you don't need to say Tinder for elderly.
Okay,
so I'm working on a dating app for people my age, or people who've been single since Ryder was born.
Or for people who've been single since Ryder was born. It's called dinosaurs.com. It's DINOS, horse. That's what it's been, and it's.
Does that punchline get a laugh?
It does, but it's not tonight. But yeah.
Dinosaurs. Can you say something about bones? I don't know. Dinosaurs, not that. Never mind.
No, it's I kind of like what you're digging into there. Let me let that percolate.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just that you're not old.
Yeah.
So it's just a jokey joke. It's not really your truth. Your truth is so much funnier than anything.
Yeah, certainly don't need to keep the sequence on this. I didn't get to a bunch of others that I could insert in there instead of that. That was just the sequence I've been doing. So since I could just scrap that one because I'm not sure if people my age or been single since Ryder was born. It's called dinosaurs.com. It's not hitting tonight. So I can add a totally different joke in that sequence.
Or play with it. Play with the Ryder was born thing and see if that works. Play with that out in the next show you do.
Okay.
Next open mic.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then there's just other jokes that I could put in there, like the one we wrote with the car, the stoplight one.
Yeah, we'll work on all that stuff in the next segment.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right.
You guys need to pee?
I will pee in the I do.
Also,
I
take a
brought
break.
treats. Always. I'm gonna eat some treats right now.
Open mics every time you go up, right? And the 7 days straight of 3 pages a day. That was the homework.
Oh yeah.
But if you don't have that and you just want to try a new bit, that's fine too.
No one's gonna punish you in this class. All right, Hannah. I'm gonna set this for 5 minutes, Hannah.
Ooh,
okay.
Cool. I never know what to say when people tell me that they live in their car. I don't know if I should be like, oh my god, #van life, or be like, oh my god. I'm so sorry. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between a homeless person and a hipster, but I think I figured out how. Neither of them has a job, but one of them has a trust fund. That's actually not true. I read on urbandictionary.com that it's a myth that hipsters have trust funds and they're very self-sufficient people. That's not my experience with being a hipster. I buy coffee for $6 a day, but if you asked me to make a pot of coffee, I would not be able to do that. I'd just be like soaking coffee beans in hot water, being like, I hope this works. What else? I'm single and I have folliculitis on my armpit. And I feel like, Hannah, what does that mean? It means I have infections of my hair follicles, so it means I can't wear deodorant or shave my armpits, so if you're looking for an all-natural lady, I'll be in the back. What else? Oh, I just started watching this show called How Far Is Tattoo Far? Oh my god, it's like the greatest thing ever. It's hosted by Snooki. Sorry, Nicole now. And the premise of it is like people, like fiancés, roommates, exes, they design tattoos for each other, they get blindfolded, get the tattoo done, and then it's revealed to them what they got done. These people are like they should be on Jerry Springer, but they're getting permanent tattoos. It's the greatest thing in the whole entire world. These two exes, one of them gets the girl.
You have 3 minutes.
A tattoo of a trash can, and the other girl going like this right near her leg to tell her that she had a rancid vagina. Ooh. It was insane. Insane, the show. What else? What else is new that I'm working? Every time I tell people I'm from Colorado in LA, they think I'm from like Middle America or something. Like they ask me like the barns that I grew up in and like did I have internet? And then when I go home to Colorado and I tell them that I moved to LA, they're always like, why would you leave here? It's great. I don't know. Something with that. Yeah, I guess that's it.
What's your first joke? First one you did? Homeless and in the car?
I say, I never know what to say when people tell me that they live in their car. I don't know if I should be like, oh my god, hashtag van life, or be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. You never know how to tell the difference between a homeless and a hipster person, but I think I know how to tell the difference. Neither of them has a job, but one of them has a trust fund.
Okay, so go back to the homeless guy in the car, or the homeless person living in their car. Did that happen to you? Did somebody tell you that recently? That they live in their car?
I know a lot of people who like live in their car, but they're like,
you do?
Really? They're like photographer, because I'm like a photographer, and they're like traveling the United States like in their Prius.
Oh, well, this is interesting. Like, I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a photographer. You could say that. And I meet a lot of photographers who are very adventurous, world travelers, and by that I mean they live in their car.
Yeah. They live in their Toyota Prius. Their 2013 Toyota Prius.
Wow. 2006.
Yeah, 2006 Toyota Prius. They're leasing it. They don't even own it.
And they take pictures. And they take pictures of other people's homes that they don't live in.
They take photos of other people's homes that they don't even live in. So should I?
They take pictures of other people's homes that they will never be able to afford.
They will never be able to afford being a photographer. Trust me, I know. I don't know. Like
I call it minimalism. I call it ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what they say. People
It's
that live in, like,
minimalism.
bands, you're like, I'm a minimalist.
I'm a minimalist.
Just know you're fucking broke.
Yeah. It's like, no, you just don't want a real job.
Wow. Wow, so they really opt to live in their car.
Oh man, so many people live in their car or like live in vans.
Little
like,
mini motorhomes.
Yeah.
Van life.
So many.
So are they like, hey, do you want to come over? It's like, sure. What should I bring besides a house?
Where are you parked?
I mean, I would go in that direction.
Okay.
Homeless hipster's been done to death, right?
Yeah,
We've heard that. But like you and your life of being a photographer and meeting all these people who live in their cars, that's so interesting.
Okay. I just wanted, the reason why I did it, because like I want to talk about how I look like a hipster. So I don't know. That's just the only way I like knew how to get into being like a hipster.
That's the only way you knew how to get into it?
The tattoos.
I'm a hipster.
You couldn't be like, I know people tell me I look like a hipster.
Yeah, I don't know. My brain was very linear sometimes, you know?
Well, I want to hear about your life as a photographer and the people you encounter and where and how they survive and live in their cars and that's so interesting to me. It's so unique, it's different, it's your world, it's the easiest thing for you to write about, it's your truth. And everyone's already interested, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so explore that more.
And do they ask you if they can come home with you and live with you?
They ask, like, can I wash my clothes here? And I'm like, no, like, I pay for a washer and dryer. Like, you need to as well. I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was that disease you have again? What is it?
Folliculitis.
Folliculitis.
Yeah, it's an infection of the hair follicle, and I get it in my armpit anytime I use any sort of deodorant.
Wow.
So I'm, like, super cute.
Well, that's what makes you a hipster. You can't wear deodorant.
You can't shave your armpits.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was a show about people getting tattoos blindfolded.
Yeah, it's called How Far is Tattoo Far?
So they don't know what they're getting, basically.
No, they have no idea. But it's like people that want to spike them. And they get like these crazy tattoos.
What if you were like, so Snooki hosts this new show about people getting tattoos and they have no idea what it was, and I saw that, I was like, oh my god, that is fucked up that Snooki's still on TV. Like, what the fuck?
She goes by Nicole now. She's a mature woman.
Right.
Right, but she just gave you a really good bait and switch. You like it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like in love with I like comparing it. It's like the people that should be on Jerry Springer. I don't know. That's why I think it's funny, because it's like they're just so trashy, and they're just getting permanent tattoos of whatever their ex-boyfriend wants them to get.
And even those people have homes.
Yeah.
Because a bad rap for my people. Like the tattoo community is like making you look bad or something.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad angle. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I didn't even have to be on the show to get my snake.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And who's next? You got 5 minutes total, right?
How much confidence I had.
She's ready to go.
Okay.
I like those boots.
Thank you.
Okay, so I like to start from a place of gratitude and end at a place of drunken regret. Nope. Okay. Okay. I was just thinking of our last class. Also, earlier when you were talking about vibrations, I thought you were gonna like make some sort of like high frequency, like high vibrations, and like attracts like, and that's why like I always have my vibrator on like a super high setting or something like that. I was like, maybe there's something there. I just don't know how to do that one. Okay. I love to dance. I was inspired by a lot of musicals. I saw Grease and I was like, I saw Grease when I was 4, loved it, danced in the aisles. My mom said I wore a black leotard and black tights for a full year after that. So it's cool to think that even as a child I knew I wanted to be the slutty version of Sandy. Yeah, like the cigarette smoking, like, tell me about it.
Wait, can you do a joke like, tell me about it, Beanie Baby? Or like something that's like a child.
Oh, like I was there.
Yeah.
Cabbage, like talking to my Cabbage Patch, my boy Cabbage Patch dolls. Tell me about it.
My Furby.
Ken.
Yeah. Notice I didn't ask my mom for a poodle skirt and a cardigan. I was like that one, the one at the end that gets his chills to multiply and all that. Getting down in the funhouse.
Gets his chills to multiply.
I love those movies. Grease, Footloose, Dirty Dancing. because those movies taught me that I could fix any bad boy through the power of dance. That worked out well.
That was good.
Remember when KRITH 101, the oldies station, started playing Prince and the Police? Like the oldies station, that was offensive to me. That stung a little. It's amazing to think, though, that there are people out there whose high school English teacher was Sting. I had Mrs. Gustafson.
Wait, he was a teacher?
He was an high school English teacher. Yeah. Okay.
So we don't know that, so that's information that you have to, yeah.
Okay.
Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that song about Don't Stand So Close to Me is like, yeah. Okay. Maybe I could introduce that. Or maybe it was just sort of like a one-off joke. Like, and I had Miss Gustafson, life's not fair, whatever. Let's see. Okay. I don't know if I need this intro of like Trump's, did you see Trump's like Oval Office address? Did anybody see that one? He's like, can he not afford Flonase? I don't understand. But so then it kind of leads into, let's be honest, a lot of immigrants do the jobs that nobody else wants to do. My husband's an immigrant. No Americans were applying for this job. Nobody could put in the time. Or they weren't willing to put in the work, or something like that. Okay, let's see. I'm annoyed that people get famous for sex tapes. What are we supposed to use for blackmail now? Okay, no.
That needs a punch. It's a good setup, though.
Yeah, I had a longer written one. I was trying to like shorten it, but okay. Yeah, I think I maybe say like, I'm annoyed that people get famous for sex tapes. Like, it used to be, or people are just like showing it voluntarily now, and then like, how are we supposed to blackmail you? Or something like that. No, okay. So they have ear, nose, and throat doctors. Why don't they group other body parts together like that? Like, I'll be in late. I have an appointment with my lung, knee, and crotch doctor. That kind of sounds like the pickup line of a pervert, though. Like, Barry Johnson, crotch doctor. Let's see. I'm pretty frugal, which is a nice way to say cheap. So I wasn't sure I wanted kids, but I couldn't resist the chance to make free food with my own body. And it's weird to be lactose intolerant, but make milk. It reminds me of when I worked at Baskin Robbins, and there was a drink called the Cappuccino Blast, which being lactose intolerant is a little too on the nose for me. Cappuccino Blast is what it was called. Cappuccino, no, okay. It's funny because I said that before. That one got a laugh. Okay. So they were like either funny or like not at all.
I love your
grease
stuff.
It's so I think I could do a little bit more of an act out too if I like studied exactly how she does it.
Yeah, you could fix any man through dance.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that
Kill me.
That is so funny. And then maybe you could do like, so sometimes I try it at home with my husband. He'll be like giving me attitude or whatever. He'll be like not cleaning up the house, and I'm like, that's it.
That's it. Like, I'll be like, put your hand here. Good gun. Good gun.
Dirty dancing.
2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4.
This is my dance space. This is your dance space.
Spaghetti arms.
Spaghetti arms. Yeah.
Yeah. Dance act out.
Right? Yeah, do a dance act out towards your husband to make him do something that you want him to do. Yeah. It's going to be so funny. Yeah.
Something like, sorry, I didn't.
Immigrants don't want this job watching me.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was funnier when well, I guess I got like a medium laugh a little bit, right? I don't know. Like a lot of immigrants do the jobs that nobody else wants to do. I wanted to just be able to say like, my husband's an immigrant, but that doesn't like explain that nobody else wanted this job. Do I need to like point at myself more? Is it?
Did you really not want kids at some
I
point?
wasn't sure. I actually did it sort of like, my mom was really like, having kids was like the best thing. I love being a mom, and she really sold it. And so I was like, I kind of was like curious, you know, like I wasn't super like I need to be a mom.
And how does it feel now?
You know what? I also have one where like my husband came from Venezuela with a daughter because her first mom died of breast cancer when she was 3.5. So I don't necessarily want to say all that.
We don't need that.
Just like my husband was a, widow, or a widower. So he had a daughter, so like part of it was like a free, like if I set myself up as being frugal and cheap, and I was like, cool, like that's like a free gift with purchase, like I already have a daughter who's almost 4 or something like that. And then I made my own, and that was all right.
That's all right.
I love them. I make him dance with me.
Like this is like a messed up, but like a cookie analogy. Like one I made from scratch, and one I bought at the
One was like
store.
the pre-baked where I just had to like slice the roll. The tube. She's like the tube, and he's like the kind you stir. I don't know. I had to crack.
I got
my
a
eggs.
twofer.
Like I had to crack eggs.
Yeah,
for that
he
one.
came from Venezuela with he came with a daughter, so I got a twofer.
Right, I got a twofer.
Which is perfect for me because
I love
I'm
free
cheap.
gift with purchase.
Yeah.
Like making it unique. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to make my own food for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Very funny.
So okay. I'll see if I can do the immigrant one. I want to make that work, but maybe not. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So my mom has a dessert company, and people always say to me, "Wow, you're so lucky to have a mom that makes desserts. I mean, you must be able to eat so many treats all the time." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's ironic because she's also a health freak. So like when my birthday rolls around, she'll like make me this really beautiful cake, and she'll be like, here, have your cake, but you can't eat it." It's kind of sad.
Why can't you eat it?
Because she's a health freak.
It's like
have your cake and eat it too.
Right, it's like having your cake, but you can't eat it too.
Right. She's like, here, you can have your cake, but you can't eat it too.
I think that would be good. Yeah.
I've had a lot of bad luck with cars recently. Like my car was keyed the other day for the first time. Like this has never happened, and I was like, wow, I can't believe it. I already have enemies. I don't even have fans. So that kind of puts me off. And then I was rear-ended by a drunk driver. And I got out of the car, and the woman was cracking up. Yeah, this is a true story. And she was laughing at me harder than any audience has ever laughed. And I was like trying to get mad, but I was killing it. Honestly though, she was so drunk, she was cracking up, and I got out of the car, I didn't know what to do, so I got her information and I invited her to my show.
Right, like yeah, so of course I got her information.
Right, and I hope she's in the front row tonight. After the car accident, I went to the hospital to get x-rays, and I had a really hot radiologist. His name was Dr. Sandhu, and he was like this tall Indian guy. And he came in, and I was like kind of flirting with him, and he wasn't really getting it. And finally I was like, look, Dr. Sandhu, I know you can see right through me. So, can I have your number?
And then you can go, and then I invited him to my show. Yeah, I can just be your through line. You're just inviting everyone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is something interesting. So now that I'm doing comedy, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate, everybody thinks they're a comedian. Like, all your friends, all your family. So every time I have friends or family that come to my show, they come back with a lot of feedback. And it's really aggressive, and they'll send me emails. And they're like in your face trolls with critique. And so after my last set, my dad's friend, who's an eye doctor, promptly sent me an email with his feedback from my set. And I'll just read you some of the things. This is a good one. Stand more in front of the stage. Not far back. You're petite. Standing right up in front gives you more presence. People can actually see you. Hold the mic closer, because you're kind of quiet. Cut down on your 2 waiting phrases. Wear something else. Wait for laughs to die. The laugh now sign is cute, but don't overuse. In the similarity to your mother bit, I think the best punchline is we both hide our vibrators in the same place, not under the bed. Boyfriend relationship joke stuff, good. Kitchen stuff, good. Prepare more. I do less jokes about your family. They're really quirky and fun, but hard to relate to. Good. Bad. Bad. Good. Certain bits were gold. Just gotta shuffle through the gems and the duds. As a rule, when you were talking quickly, as when you were quickly running through a list, your personality shines more. Good. Good. You're adorable. You're adorable and you have real talent, but you have to develop a thicker skin as you peruse this, Zoe. And you know what? I thought, are you pursuing your dream? Was your dream to look at a fucking retina? Like, was that your big dream? And then I said something like that in an email back, and he sent an email back and was like, just remember, Zoe, when somebody doesn't laugh at your joke, no one's losing an eye. And I was like, fuck you, that's so mean.
Yeah.
He was comparing it to how he does eye surgery and like people could actually lose an eye, but like what I'm doing is like whatever, it's such a trivial thing. I'm just putting myself out there and letting people judge me, but what he does is so established because he's navigating a retina.
Wow.
Wow.
But I thought you were gonna say, losing an eye, and I'm quickly losing interest in your notes.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm starting to decide I don't want to have a fan.
Yeah. And I'm quickly losing interest in all of your notes.
You didn't like
genius bit. I love the no, good, bad, good, okay.
This is true.
Scale 1 to 10, 5. You need to add more of those little.
The first like 4 lines were so funny. Good outfit, bad outfit, good hair, stand closer, louder, prettier, smarter, no, bad, good, bad, you're cute. Am I done?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But God, you guys, it's a true story.
Yeah.
This guy fucking emailed. Who the fuck does this guy think he is?
Right.
I hate this guy.
So I should work on that bit.
Definitely work on
Yeah,
it.
that'd
Okay.
be funny. God, if you didn't like the joke, you didn't have to key my car.
Yeah.
All right.
It turns out it was
Can't
my
believe it was the
dad.
eye doctor that keyed my
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The eye doctor.
I keep thinking like an eye for an eye.
Oh, yeah.
Whole like physical thing, like
Be like,
going back.
okay, Randall, I see you.
So finally, I was like, yeah, Brent, I see you. Finally, I was like, listen.
I can't hear you. I can't hear
See,
you.
you're an asshole.
Yeah, that's funny. I'll cover one eye, and I can still see that you're an asshole.
That's funny.
Oh, yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Right. Here.
I can still cover one eye.
And still see your asshole.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm a feminist and I would never say anything bad about another woman ever. But I joined this women's group called the Moonrise Collective, and it's a bunch of hippy dippy women, and it's witchy woo woo shit, and I love it. But there's a woman in there who every time I see her, I think she can tell I'm nice and that I'm a good listener. She just launches into like a sob story and talks at me for like 20 fucking minutes. And she'll just, tell me like all these terrible, awful things until I'm just like, ugh. And I'm like, I want to be nice, but I'm also like, why don't you deal with your problems like the rest of us? Like by hiding in a corner and eating your emotions. It's like the better way to deal with problems.
Get a pint of ice cream.
Yeah. Get a pint of ice cream and go cry in the corner. Don't try to unload.
Go watch Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yeah, by yourself.
Do it like the rest of us. Eat a pint of ice cream while watching Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Both seasons.
Yeah. Let's see.
What's the name of the group?
The Moonrise Collective.
Moonrise?
Yes.
I feel like anything with the word collective in the title is not a good sign. Like, that's some hippie shit.
I was thinking that about Moonrise, but yeah.
It's a little culty.
What is it?
Yeah.
Is it culty?
It's actually a great group. She just really is the worst.
She's an energy drain.
She's a little vampire, and she sees me, and she's like, "Ee!" And she just like launches into horrible
You should
stories.
just walk up to her and go,
Can you give a list sort of sample of the kind of things she says to you? Like specifics?
She specifically, so she always is talking about herself, only about herself all the time. Then she'll start saying stupid shit, like, I was doing a tarot reading to decide whether or not my husband and I should, like, they were in an argument, like,
Oh my God.
the tarot cards were going to decide what she was going to do, but they were, like, damaged, so she had to sage them because there was someone else's energy on them. And I'm like, you're fucking batshit, girl.
Sage doesn't cure batshit.
Fucking batshit. Anyway.
Oh, you gotta get her the real specifics of what she says to you and work through that, and you can do punchlines for each thing she says.
Yeah, then she sells crystals and shit, and I'm like, they're not working. They're not working for you.
Wow.
Let's see. They're not. They do not work for her. Let's see. We have. No, we already talked about the annoying women at the Moonrise Collective.
Sounds right up my alley to join a thing called Moonrise Club.
I know. I'm like, I want to go look it up.
But
and
if
join.
there's an energy drainer woman like that, oh God.
She needs saging.
Oh, work.
Should you be dreading going to your collective group?
That's really what she gets there. I've got it both. So work. This is something I've noticed, and I'm trying to premise this together. Is I think that there are boundaries in life, and I have learned that men really don't operate under the same set of rules that women do. And here's how I figured this out. I'm at work, and I was like, years ago, I was waitressing or bartending, and I told this guy that we had an assortment, like a big assortment of teas. He literally, like, he was thinking about sex or flirting with me because he's like, did you just say big ass titties? Like, he said that, and I'm like,
oh wow.
No, dude, look, I'm trying to be all professional and shit right now, and you're just being gross. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just, and I'm like, no, I'm at work. I'm being professional. And I said that to him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be all professional and shit. And then he started laughing because he thought that was funny. And I'm like, no, I hate you. And I hate that, like, men are able to get away with, like, I don't know, I think there's a joke in here in that.
What if you were like, how dare you use such terrible language to me and say big titties before I clock out? You know, like,
oh yeah. Yeah, before I clock out, mister.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just that, because.
Before I clock out. What do you mean?
You're saying that you're offended that he's telling you this while you're trying to be
Yeah,
professional.
I'm trying to be all professional and shit, dude.
So, like,
it's not. You're not asking him for a table dance. Sorry, I interrupted. Like with the boob thing.
Big old titties.
Yeah, I guess the thing is like, and I've noticed this also at work. I'll be, giving directions to a guy. I can tell that he's just like sitting there, like he kind of like man spreads a bit, or just like check me out. And I'm like, I have to pretend like I don't notice that. I don't know. And I've had like when I was managing something, I've had a guy, I was upset about something, and he's like, "What's wrong, sexy?" I'm like, "I'm your fucking boss. Like, don't talk to me that way." So I think it just made me realize that they're. Like,
you're just constantly being objectified.
Yeah, there's boundaries that I have, but men don't. They're like, hot girl, working somewhere. That's what they do. To all of you, any one of you.
Hot girl working somewhere.
That's what they think. They don't think anything besides that. And
what if it was something like the guy, I don't know how to set it up, but like he said, oh wow, like you have big old titties or something. You're like, well, the customer is always right.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
It could.
Going with something.
Yeah. I guess it's more. Yeah, there's some.
I like the repeating of big assortment of T-shirts because isn't that what it was?
Tees, right?
Tees. Oh, tees, right?
So big or something like, yeah, we have a big assortment of tees, and he's like, he thought that I had said something. I'm like, dude, grow up.
Yeah, you're cut off. You're a bartender at that moment.
Yeah, but he was sober too. I was like,
oh dang.
What if, yeah, you're like, how embarrassing! I had to cut you off from Earl Grey.
Yeah. He said big assortment of tees.
Yeah.
Big assortment of tees, not T-shirts. Tees, as in pot of tea.
Yeah.
Got it.
I had
Okay.
to cut him off from Earl Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I just stick with the Moonrise Collective?
Love the Moonrise Collective. I think you could really get into this one because
Yeah.
everybody, it's so relatable. Everybody knows this woman.
She shows
Yeah.
up
The most.
Oh yeah, it's not as relatable to everybody that you get. I mean, you're a beautiful girl. You've got a great body. You get hit on all the time, but it's not every woman's experience. So it's not as relatable as coming from a
Energy vampires are everywhere.
Energy vampires are so relatable.
Vampires are batshit crazy.
I do think that every woman does get hit on all the time. They just don't know it because like guys are all trying to be sly about it. But I will stick with energy.
It doesn't sound like your guy was trying to be sly
Yeah,
at all.
he was not.
He was totally objectifying you.
Yeah.
They think that's flirting too. That's what's ridiculous.
Yeah, they- I'm
think
like,
that, like, what are you gonna say? Like, haha, yeah.
Yeah, because some
Motorboat time.
Yeah.
He wants a motorboat.
Right.
Moonrise Collective.
Women Rights Collective it is.
No, she's not that friend.
This is the long age, but I'm sure Panga Canyon has that shit too.
Okay. So I have like a big clutter issue, and I'm very messy. And I recently was reading this article about how, like, you know, I don't know who it is, but you have to like throw away the things that don't make you happy. Oh, okay, that. Well, I also was just recently diagnosed with clinical depression, and I just wish that I had known that before I threw everything away.
I don't get it. Wait, what do you mean?
Like, it's like throw things away that don't make you happy.
Mm-hmm. Don't bring you joy, right?
Right, but if you have depression, nothing makes you happy, so like I threw everything.
But wouldn't it be funny to
It's what I'm trying to get.
Oh, okay.
What
It's
if
not
you kind
clear.
of changed it to like I threw away, I wish I could throw away my depression, like somehow playing that up.
I
Because
think
if you could throw that away.
Or if you say, so now I live in a
So I threw away
room with 4 white walls. Like just saying.
Which is
No,
really
that's
depressing
right.
and not joyful.
Yeah. I live in a town.
It's really just.
I threw
it was
away my
just like a
psych
one
meds
thing.
and
No,
now
it's
I'm
good.
not
It's
joyful.
good. It's just not clear
Okay.
what you mean.
And everyone's talking about her right now too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think if you explain that, like she says, to get rid of things that don't bring you joy, and then you said, like, I wish I would have.
Depression
Yeah.
and everything is empty. Okay.
Oh, that was it.
That's funny.
Depression.
I have depression, so
Got
I
rid
threw
of
everything
everything.
away.
Right.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have nothing left.
I have depression, so I have nothing left. Also, I threw my things away.
I work with elderly. I work specifically with people with like dementia. I'm a caregiver. I would have much rather have been a nanny and like worked with kids, like for a cute little married couple, but they wouldn't hire me. I don't know why. I think that job will work if I'm dressed up. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
Why wouldn't they hire you?
Because she's pretty.
Because nobody would hire me, and I just feel like it's like I always have trouble sometimes getting the audience on my side if I'm like really dressed up. I've noticed that, and I wanted to play with it, but
Maybe they're intimidated by.
I don't like it. I just decided I don't like it.
No, but it's I
It's like,
do want
is
you
it hot in here?
I do want you to do your material about being a caregiver. I think it's great stuff.
So basically, yes, I basically just assist with quality of life. I run errands, I take them to doctor's appointment, make sure they're really healthy, because, you know, I need the work. And it can be a little stressful at times because, you know, I never know when the job's gonna expire.
Oh.
It's true.
It's a dead end job.
I have one woman. She would talk to me about her dating life, and you know, she was like really worried because she didn't get a text back. She thought she'd been ghosted.
Whole other meaning. Whole other meaning.
Yeah, literally.
Okay. Yeah.
She thought she'd been ghosted, or she was ghosted.
Yeah.
I don't know what's funnier.
You could say like she thought she had been ghosted, but she was actually ghosted.
She was worried. She wasn't getting a text back. And
I have a friend with a bit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's,
okay.
He's a gay man. It's fine. It's different. But I think that may have been done before, even.
Yeah, it felt pretty like
It's
too easy.
Been done
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, but his partner died, so that's where the joke
Oh.
is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not even the funny part, right?
I don't know how much more. What's fun is that they just don't really have a filter. I have this little lady named Manya, and she'll be really happy, you know, and then she'll just like look at me, and she'll be like, "Your hair looks weird."
What else does she say?
They're always giving me they're always like, "You need to get married." She's like, "You need to dress up more and look nice and yeah, there's probably a lot more that I haven't really.
She's always telling you to dress up more?
Well, it's basically like, yeah, like she was like, your hair looks strange. She's like, you know, how are you ever going to get married if this is what you look like, you know, on a daily basis?
Wow.
Like,
Oh, God. But you could be like, but I threw everything out.
Oh, yeah.
Including my hair care products.
It
could be a callback.
It's Alzheimer's unit, right?
It's not in a unit. I work for a private.
Oh, but you could say just forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
She'll forget.
Yeah,
about it.
it's true.
She forgets
There's a lot of things.
and repeats
Or that she
like,
like tells you every day because she forgot.
yeah.
She forgot she told
Yeah,
you.
it's like dark. It's dark, and I am still. It's like I'm in it still now, so I'm like am emotionally connected to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've healed from it or you know I'm kind of still in it, and it is sad. I'm trying to make light of it, but
yeah.
But it's kind of depressing. So I don't know if that was like a real winner that I wanna find somewhere.
You could. I mean, you could say, you know, have a day job. It's really fun. And work with dementia patients.
I have the thing with Roger where a little piece of poop came out of his pants and he was embarrassed and he tried to throw it out the window, but the window was closed.
Oh my God.
Oh,
no.
Jesus.
Oh. I know, it's so.
And I said, Roger, throw it away. It doesn't bring you joy. Roll down the window.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, that one is,
Tragic
maybe just
funny.
make it, it's like, it's
I think you should
crazy
make a
funny,
list
you never
of-
know what's gonna happen.
I think you should make a list of all the things they've said to you that's funny and all the things that have happened to you, and I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, if I were doing bits about my mom having Alzheimer's, that's too sad.
Yeah.
But you're working with these people, so you are distanced from them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They do say funny things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's the good part about the job is that, you know, we joke a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you basically are trying to make their day better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Write down more
Yeah.
stuff.
It's good. Again, makes you very likable, endearing character that you do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know? We even get more on board with you with the, hey, I like that. Because we're like, oh, we don't want this guy looking at other girls. You know? She already has a lot on her plate.
Right. She's busy doing good things
She's
in the
gotta
world.
clean poop off the window. Give her credit.
Oh, poor Roger.
Oh gosh.
Right. It was ready to fly.
That's the shitty job.
Yeah. Literally.
Okay. So I'm going to start with marriage stuff. So I'm married, and I love my husband, but I hate being married. You see, when you're married, there's a lot of pressure that comes with marriage. It's like I can't go anywhere alone without somebody raising an eyebrow. They're like, Sarah, where's your husband? I'm like, I'm pumping gas in my car. It's not like we're Siamese twins. You see, guys, people think once you're married, you just spend every waking moment with that person. It's like they've forgotten you're two different people. Like before I was married, I could just go and have a glass of wine with my friends. Now that I'm married, if I touch alcohol, people are like, oh, marriage problems. I'm like, maybe, I just like Merlot. My husband is an actor, so I go to a lot of events with him. And I feel like I should just get a shirt that says, the +1, don't bother. You see, I go to a lot of these parties where a lot of people are on a TV show. And they don't want to talk to you unless you're in a TV show too. Like the last party I went to, they had this karaoke host there. And I went to ask if she was hiring. You see, guys, this is my life. I'm at parties while people are discussing their Emmys. And I'm just trying to pay my T-Mobile bill next month. When you're married, you learn a lot about someone. My husband is he's a very masculine, stoic man, and he doesn't like to show emotion. Like, I've probably only seen him cry twice in my life. Now he cries so little that when he does cry, I get turned on. I'm like, oh, this is new. Being married is kind of like having a slumber party with your best friend, except they never go home. You see, my best friend and I have this 2-day rule. Like, we know we can't spend more than 2 days with each other or it's too much. But when you're married, is that 5 minutes?
No, you have 3 more minutes.
But when you're married, you have to like fight for time alone. Like, I've always been fiercely independent, and I never thought I'd be married this young. So this is all new to me. So the other day I was alone at a cafe writing. It was great, but now that I'm married, it's like something switches where I'm always thinking about him. I'm like, is Eric okay? Has Eric eaten? What's Eric doing? I'm like, no, you want to be in this cafe, Sarah. The other day, my husband's dad made an impromptu visit, and he wanted to take us to lunch. And every time he's around, my husband reverts to like Texas style. So his dad was like, well, where do you want to go to lunch? And my husband was like, oh, maybe Applebee's. I was like, Eric, your dad makes a really good living and he's coming in town to buy us real food and you suggest Applebee's? I'm like, ugh. Okay, so I'm working on this, but the other day I knew my husband wanted to end things. I could feel it. I was like, I know you're done. He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I texted you something this morning, and all you said back was, sounds fun. He was like, it did sound fun. I was like, but you didn't even put a period at the end. At least an exclamation point. He was like, so you thought we were in a fight? So we had a nice long conversation about how when Eric says, sounds fun, he means it with 500 exclamation points. You see, guys, we live in this really strange world where the punctuation you use in a text may determine the future of your marriage. So we agreed to stop texting. We write letters these days.
Wait, I'm going to stop you because that is my favorite part of what you said so far.
Oh, what part?
My husband, I sent him a text and he responded with sounds fun.
Okay.
Because you're being vulnerable now. Like, you're telling me, like, your insecurities.
Okay. Because is the other part too much like him? I feel like it's like his dad. You know,
No, the only thing that I'm like relating to with you and that I care about is that you're at these parties like feeling like a loser. Mm-hmm. I relate to that. I get it. Everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
And that you are insecure when you send your husband a text, even though you're married, which is supposed to make you feel secure. I sent him a text, like, I'm a little crazy. You know, I sent him a text and I said, you want to go do this thing? And he said, sounds fun. Sounds fun? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? So I had to call 3 friends and run it by them, went to therapy, took the text, showed it. You know.
Yeah.
Funny. Like, really tell us truthfully and show us how upset you got because clearly that's what women do.
Yeah.
You could like talk about the emojis you had used.
Yeah, because I write novels. I'm like 2 pages. We need a response.
I've gotten in fucking straight up arguments about that. But then I kind of text like.
Also, people say
I wouldn't take it.
says like,
It'll be expired. It's not mine.
Oh,
there's
things better.
Yeah. Are you on nothing in there?
No.
It's like buttons.
Oh, yeah. This is someone else living in here.
Oh, okay.
That's not my stuff. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, sorry. I forgot someone lives here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I have your.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's your gold.
Okay. I
Like-
have some like Instagram stuff.
No, this is your goal. Talking about your husband and your own insecurities.
Okay.
And my husband's a successful actor. What I'm gauging is that he's a successful actor. You feel like a loser. You go to the parties. You feel invisible.
Right.
But, you know, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to see how you try to assert yourself at these parties. Like how you try to fit in. Like, oh yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Because
Yeah.
they'll be like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I was at the 4th wall. Burbank.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh no, walk away.
Yeah.
Because like all of them are married, but none of the spouses are in entertainment except me. So it's like they're like, you're at the laughers. Yes, I am.
You're just a little guarded.
Yeah.
You're a little guarded in your comedy. It's like you're a little bit distant. You're like, guys, listen. Here's what people like to tell you when you're married. You should not be. It's like, what people are you talking about? And is that really true?
Right.
Do you feel weird and guilty being out?
I feel like a lot of it's back home. Like if I went to a wedding recently and Eric couldn't come, fine. Oh, it's like the end of the world. Where is he? Are you on the brinks of divorce? I'm like, oh my gosh, you just couldn't come to this wedding.
Well, it's funny that this could be a fun bit too, that you were just like, and then everyone in the town, in this small town, was judging me because my husband wasn't with me. Like, oh God, maybe they're getting a divorce. So then I felt the need to like overcompensate and be like, I'm so happy in my marriage. My husband's not here, but I love him. Love him.
That's true.
I mean, you could have a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's relatable too, because I'm from a small town and the same thing happens to me. Like when I go home, my boyfriend doesn't come. They're like, "You've been together 4 years, and why?" I'm like, "No, we broke up. We broke up. That's it." And if you own that, it's funny.
He found out about the real me.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Jeez.
Yeah. Because I think, I've never done these, so I'm just.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm just reading them.
It's super relatable. I'm from a small town too, and everyone knows your business, and it's just like you just want to be like this all the time. Just like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Just living my life.
And it's relatable to be like, your dad's rich. Let him take us to dinner. Like, please, Four Seasons, something. I don't want to go to Applebee's again. You know.
I don't like Applebee's. I used to work there.
Like all that.
I used to work there.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I think Applebee's was such a thing of my childhood, so I'm like, oh, I want away from Applebee's.
Yeah.
In a small town, Applebee's is like the shit though.
Stop feeding me that spinach artichoke. God damn it.
Their thing.
The Awesome Blossom.
Awesome Blossom.
That's chili. It's like
You want me to read Instagram
TJ
ones, or
Fridays?
this is
TJ Fridays.
No,
They're all
that's
the same.
because we don't have the time. But I'm telling you, that's the goal. The truth. And then you've got to let us in. You've got to let everybody in on what your insecurities are and your neuroses.
Right.
That more husbands.
Yeah, I would maybe
Or
try that stuff at an open mic. Put the paper down, and just talk to the people.
Because that's when I just talk. It's like great, but I'm.
Do you record it?
Yeah.
You'll notice when you listen. You'll notice when you're talking to Lisa is so different than when you're reading the script. Because that's a script. You talking to Lisa, you're a real person.
Yeah.
And I need to just write like open mic, husband, and rant.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
good, but like.
And because you know what, if you don't have your security blanket, the paper, you're gonna have to be real on stage. And if you do it at an open mic, you don't have anything to lose. It's an open mic.
Do it like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Like just get up there and talk about your life, and something will come of it. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Promise.
Yeah.
All right, Chelsea Wells.
Okay, I have stuff that like I punched up from last week about the dad, or I could just do like new. I can't decide.
It's up to you.
Okay, pressure's on. Who knows? Okay. Okay, let's see what happens. I'll do a little of both. All right, so growing up, my dad had ALS, also called Lou Gehrig's disease, and people are always like, "Aw, is that how you got into stand-up?" I'm like, guys, that's how I got into acting. He was completely paralyzed, and he went to Harvard Law School. He was a lawyer and thought he was very smart. I was like, okay, Dad, if I laid in bed for 12 hours a day reading books, I'd be a genius too. It's okay. The wound is healed. It was a long time ago. He was smart though. He got a lot of things. He just didn't really get like the LA stuff. He'd be like, Chelsea, how's your stand-up comedy going? Doing it again. He'd be like, Chelsea, how's the whole stand-up comedy thing going? I was like, how's the whole standing up thing going? It's fine. It's not like he came to any of my shows, okay? And it's not that he didn't want to. It's just he was dead. Right, Dad? Oh. Right, Dad? Yeah, lawyers. You know, we can move on. It's what he would have wanted. Because he can... no, this is getting really dark. So let's talk about my mom's breast cancer. Yeah, but she's doing really good, and she's involved, and she's active, and she shares her progress online, and sometimes she forgets, and she's like, Chelsea, can you update your status, let people know it's all good? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. I just really like the scroll to be like comedy, 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 random comedy, not like tumor, 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 comedy, tumor. But she's like, I like to stay connected. I'm like, well then come hang. Like a bunch of us are going to EP and LP, and we'd love for you to join us. If you can get a ride from Cedars.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Then there's my sister. I just never really believed that my little sister was smarter than me. Like when we were younger, things would go missing and then she would like find the gadgets. I was like, that's a coincidence. And then we got a little older, things would break and she'd like fix the gadgets and I was like, that's coincidence. And then she got to Columbia Law School. I was like, coincidence? Yeah, I don't know. She's always just like that weird kid that like did what I did and wore what I wore and read what I read. My mom's like, maybe you should have read what she read because she goes to Columbia Law School. She got in the 98th percentile on her LSAT, and I'm in the 2% of female comedians, so together we're 100%. Yeah, she just finished her first semester, and I just ordered 16 wigs on Amazon, so I feel like we're on the same page. She's spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a piece of paper. I have these wigs forever. I can be whoever I want to be. No one cares. Well, besides my mom, because you have wigs. That's important. Yeah. She, when she describes her girl, she's always like, when I think of my girls, I think comedic genius. My oldest is comedic, and my youngest is a genius. Great. Literally over the holidays, my sister was studying nonstop. I'm like, Courtney, why are you so obsessed with books? She was like, Chelsea, to get on the Supreme Court, you need to love studying. I was like, Courtney, to get on the Supreme Court, you just have to love beer. A couple people got that. Alright, it was painful, but so is life. Woo! I think that's all the things that I wanted to say. Yeah, alright. Cool.
I like it when you said, let's talk about my mom's breast cancer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think there's also an opportunity for you to go, you know what, that's too dark, let's talk about my mom. She has breast cancer. Then that will get a laugh.
Okay.
Yeah. That's too, you guys, I'm so sorry. That's too dark. Let's talk about my mom.
Okay.
Then take a long beat and then say it.
Okay.
Let's go back to your dad's ALS. I'm sorry.
I did it at 3 mics this week, and it works. It's intense. I think it definitely is not the beginning of the set.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I think there's people that are still gonna feel bad, but like I think it's funny. I'm like, let's do it.
But you know what though? I also feel like I've had my fair share of tragedy and my writing's gotten a lot darker, but I just lost my mom last year, and so to hear all this stuff, like, I fucking love it. I love it. I think it's so healthy and such a great expression, and I think you're brave for doing it, and I think you're gonna help people by being honest about that. So I just kudos to you. I think it's rad. I like
thank you. And I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, and if some people are not gonna know how to handle that material, but fuck them.
Yeah.
You know, like, as long as it's smart and we punch it up, they'll come around. You know, but I think it's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's punch it up a little bit.
Okay.
So tell me your first joke.
So growing up, my dad had ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, and people are always like, "Aw, so you got into stand up?" I'm like, guys. So I got into acting.
Okay, first of all, I think you need to explain to people in one sentence what ALS is and what the symptoms are or what that means.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a wheelchair, right?
Like, you can't, like, he didn't move at all.
But you say paralyzed later, but you need to say that up front, maybe.
Yeah, my dad had ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, which basically meant he, in one sentence, say it.
Okay, I'll figure something out. Yeah. Basically he didn't move from head to toe.
Yeah.
Like he was
Is
a
that the one that they
vegetable
did like the dunking water
Ice bucket
for?
challenge.
You know, the ice bucket
Then
challenge
you should
one.
say that too.
Yeah.
It's the whole ice bucket challenge thing, and
Because what's a terminal illness without a viral video association? Or like something.
Hashtags.
But it's literally the only reason people know it, so it's kind of funny, like something in there.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it before the challenge.
Yeah. Because throwing ice on a paralyzed person's gonna make a difference.
Wow. Throwing ice on your dad would be funny.
So I just threw ice
to
on
try
my
to get him out of bed.
Oh yeah. No, names. So I threw ice on my dad.
no,
Still
we
paralyzed.
just need one quick. Was he in a wheelchair or was he in bed?
Both at different times, yeah. Like 8 years in a wheelchair, 8 years in a bed. He had a long time.
Wow.
It gets too mean to say he was like a vegetable.
Wait,
Like but
so-
a way that's quick like that people
Yeah.
get that image of.
Right.
Paralyzed.
And it sucks.
He couldn't move.
Stephen Hawking.
He was like Stephen Hawking,
But like worse than Stephen
but
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking, but not as healthy.
Oh yeah, literally, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking, but not as healthy. Okay.
But not as active.
Is not as active. Yeah.
But not as active. Oh my god, I love it because it's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Stephen Hawking, but not as cute.
Well,
Stephen Hawking, but not as active.
That's loving that.
That is so funny. Okay, there you go.
I'm trying this for the first time this weekend at SF Sketchfest with tons of people that know him, and no one else in LA would know him, so I'm really nervous about that. But it is what it is.
Yeah, so now that
Okay,
you got, but I don't, the joke of like, no guys, that's why I got into acting, it's not playing.
Okay.
Because you're saying like it fucked you up and made you want to be an artist, right?
Yeah, it's just like a dumb bait and switch. Like, that's not why I'm a stand-up. That's why I'm an actress.
See, when I think about it, I think about like you're standing up and he was stuck in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually think of that.
Wait, say it again. How does it go?
So people are always like, oh, is that how you got into stand-up? I'm like, guys, seriously? That's how I got into acting.
You could throw your.
But it's not working because our minds are going to standing up and he can't stand up, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, no, I'm not going to follow my dad in his footsteps.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
There was none.
Or if you want to make it more clear, oh, is that why you became an artist? No, that's why I became a whore. That's more clear. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to say that, but no, that's not why I became an artist. It's why I became a whore.
Right.
Well, what if?
Okay. I'll have to work on that.
Or what if you switched it and people ask you like that's why you became an actress, and then it's like no, I became a stand-up comedian because he couldn't, like kind of like maybe playing on that a little more.
You do have that later.
I have
She
the
says
standing
that.
up.
Yeah.
The standing up thing was doing really well. I fucked it up today, but yeah.
Yeah.
How's the whole stand-up comedy thing going? How's the whole standing up thing going?
I think that it needs, if you're going to do that joke, he needs to say it to you in a mean way.
Okay.
Like, he needs it to be very condescending. Like, oh, child, you're still at it, huh?
Okay.
Still pursuing your dream.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
How's the whole stand-up thing going?
Yeah.
Stand-up comedy thing going?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're being very mean to say, how's the whole standing up going for you?
Okay.
You know? So
Okay.
he needs to be a dick.
It feels like if it could end on him just saying stand up too, like without the comedy, if he's saying like, how's it going with that whole stand up? I don't know, maybe it's not.
That whole standing.
How's life going as a stand-up?
How's your life going not standing?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. It's so hardcore.
It's
like great.
It shortens it.
Yeah, I've had dark dreams. I've wanted to do this for a long time, so I feel ready for it.
And then I said that to him, and then he got really mad, and he said, "Listen, I'm not going to stand for this." And I said, "I know."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to move on, but you got some good jokes out of this. Good work.
Stand for this.
Sorry for your loss.
I know.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
Thank God we have comedy.
Yeah. Life is tough.
I have a joke that I wrote about my mom. It's very sad, but I'll tell it to you guys. I said, my mom has Alzheimer's, and she calls me like 5 to 6 times a day because she keeps forgetting that we talked. And it's really sad because she still remembers my number.
You have another dark bit about the garage.
Oh, it's my
Oh,
favorite.
That's dark.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
The suicide one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
No, I've been thinking about my
people in the room
friend
are like,
today.
and then you release it like,
God.
oh.
The I don't know, I think it's something you said is
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking love.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's been on my mind, and then I'm also doing burial at sea for my mom on Saturday. So all that stuff's swirling. So I'm not trying to be funny right now, but just telling you, I'm with you all on this.
Wait.
She died in March though, so it's been a while. We
Her
just
mom.
couldn't get our shit together, which is just there's a joke. Eventually,
Get your shit
together.
Your
Was
shit's
that-
together.
We could not get our ship together. It's true. If someone tells you you look boho chic, take that as a compliment. But if someone tells you you look boho relaxed, it means it's time to take a shower. My dog still has his balls, which means my arm is covered in dog semen. My Lululemon has a cafe at their store now, so you can sip a ceremonial matcha while you think about the fact that you just spent $300 on spandex pants. It's been raining for 2 days in LA, and I already have seasonal affective disorder. The guys I've dated, it turns out the guys I've dated all went to the R. Kelly Gentlemen's Club Academy. I live next door to a family with 3 girls that they homeschooled. The youngest is 11, and she's always running around barefoot and writing poetry and singing original songs. And I hear her perfectly through the old windows of my apartment. And sometimes I just want to say, shut up! Stop that incessant, joyful singing! You're homeschooled, so let me give you life lesson number 1. Not everybody wants to listen to you sing. She just wrote that today, so still very fresh. The only way to lose weight that I've found that actually works is for your vagina to eat more than your mouth. So if your vagina is full, your mouth will be empty. And when your vagina is empty, your mouth will be full of food. So the fastest way to put on weight is to stop having sex. I wrote this a little differently for this other, this is another version of that. So the skinniest I've ever been was when I was on a restrictive diet, where things only went in this hole, not this hole, this hole. Full, empty, skinny. I told you it was restrictive. Full, empty, skinny. Crazy! Oh, and this one is, oh yeah, this is the one I really actually do want feedback on. So my grandma was gay, and my aunt walked in on her and another woman when my aunt was 16. And I went to a born-again Christian church once, around the time when my grandma had had a stroke and was near death. And I heard the pastor say, if you're gay, we welcome you. If you want to stay gay, you got another thing coming. And I thought of my granny and her classical music and her bomb-ass Christmas cookies, and I decided, and so I went up to the pastor in the parking lot after the service, and I said, you know, if you're a homophobe, we welcome you. If you want to stay a homophobe, you have another thing coming. And I punched him in the face. Just kidding, but I do think he's got another thing coming. And I still don't know what that is, but so those are my jokes. I have a whole bunch more, but that's just what I brought for today. So, oh wait, am I still? Oh, I have more time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what about you? Your grandma really was gay?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And someone walked in on her?
My aunt.
Oh, okay.
Another woman, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just say your mom. Or I guess it's not. Never mind. Just like a lot of thinking to grandma. I feel like
Yeah.
to grandma's easier.
Her daughter walked in on
her.
her.
Anybody can walk in on her. It's not funny to, like, that part's not funny as much. It's more like the bomb-ass cookies and everything.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah, I think I was so shocked by that, and then I was like, oh, like,
Unless you're going to describe what she saw or something, but I don't think that's where you're going.
Yeah, I don't know, there might be something there, maybe not. I
Does
just
she
have
have
always
teeth?
wanted to, like,
I like
I always thought that
Did your grandma have teeth?
Yeah, because my grandma had a stroke around that time when it was just like this theater. I was in theater, you know. So this theater girl was like, "Oh, you should come to my church." And I was like, "I'm like, I don't have any religion growing up, so I'm like, okay, I'll go to church." And then that guy said that, and I was like, "Oh man, you guys are fucking nuts," you know. So
he really said that?
Yeah.
During the sermon?
Yeah, he was a pastor dude, and he was
Say
like,
it again.
if you're,
What he said?
Where is it?
he was like, I know it's gonna seem like African, but he was like, if you're gay, we welcome you. If you want to stay gay, then you got another thing coming.
That's so.
I never forgot it. I was like 18. I was like,
That's
Maybe
oh
like
my
the other
god,
thing-
this place is whack. And then I was like, some Christians are full of shit.
I want to stay gay.
Yeah, so then I was like, okay, well, maybe I can like figure out a way, you know, to like have it be that I like confront him, because he had another thing coming actually, but
Yeah, you probably had a grinder date coming.
right?
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, I was like, there's the Ted Haggerty thing, right? And I was like, I can just tie that in here
You
and
could
be like,
say like his coming out announcement was probably the other thing coming sooner.
yeah,
it's like
the other thing
basically
coming
gay.
was his
gay.
boyfriend at
Right.
the hotel waiting for him after he snorted some crack off his ass, and then because that was Ted Haggerty's story, right?
I don't know Ted Haggerty.
But that didn't. Oh, you know Ted Haggerty's story? Oh, that dude was he was the pastor of a mega church. Oh, you know.
Oh yeah.
And and they just do this whole cherry picking like evangelical trip about and just they're homophobics, and in some of the evangelical megachurches they are, and he was the head of one, but his secret life was actually that he was totally gay days long. He was like meeting whores in or meeting prostitutes at like hotels and like doing meth with them and shit, and so eventually he got caught. Anyway, I was just gonna like draw attention to that weird thing, but and also somehow like honor my grandma. But yeah, that's just a joke I was working on. It's not happening yet, but I have a bunch of other ones here. I went to a friend's baby's.
We don't have time for a bunch of other ones, but let me. What was one of your first? What were you talking about in the beginning?
Oh, in the beginning,
Boho?
if someone tells you you look boho chic, take that as a compliment. But if someone tells you you look boho relaxed, it means it's time to take a shower.
Bohemian, is that?
Or just boho.
Yeah, you know how like boho. Have you guys heard?
Did somebody
boho
tell
chic?
you you look boho relaxed?
No, I had a
boho
friend who
chic all
needed
the
to take
time.
a shower, and I didn't want to be mean, so I was like, "You look." It just rolled off my tongue. I didn't even think about it. She was like, I didn't really get any dress, and I was like, "You look boho relaxed," and then I realized that like there's not really much more boho you can get than boho
Like when you
relaxed.
said that, I kind of thought of like, you know, when I hear boho, I hear chic, but I for some reason I heard hobo. I don't know why that word came about.
If you're
Like,
boho
when people
relaxed,
call you a hobo,
it means you're
you're trying to
actually
take a fucking shower.
a hobo.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What's the like?
Yeah,
Look
right.
around boho, and they're like hobo, and you're like, yeah, that's you right now. No.
Like, do I look boho? No, you look like a hobo.
Yeah.
Do I look hobo chic?
Yeah. Yeah. Do I look boho chic? You look hobo chic.
Right.
Yeah.
You look hobo shit.
Yeah, you look hobo shit.
Or you know, boho hippie.
Yeah. All right. I learned a lot tonight. Well, they were fun explorations.
You wrote a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like.
I think it's
I have a bunch
20
of
attempts to get one.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. So that was good. Yeah. I mean, I want to do more, but I'm running out of time now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I think the grandma stuff is the most interesting stuff.
Dude, right? I think
Yeah.
it's super interesting, and for me, it's like you know how I'm emotional about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really care about that in my life, and so I'm like, somehow there's something there. So
yeah,
I'm just not sure
I
quite
like if
yet.
you punch the guy and you say, "That's for grandma."
Yeah.
This one's
It turns out you have another thing coming.
Did you say anything to him?
Never, but I just always
no.
like remembered
Yeah.
that thing, and then I was like, okay, well maybe I can like, you know, fictionalize the second part where I get to confront him.
Yeah, then I punched him. I said, yeah, you didn't know you had another thing coming.
Yeah.
Or something.
Right. So that's like why I said like,
So that
okay,
didn't
well,
really happen. He was all
you know,
right
if you
now.
want to be a homophobe, no, we welcome you.
It's like people
But if you want to stay a
homophobic are
homophobe,
always gay.
what's that?
People who are homophobic are always gay.
Kind of.
Or they like
that,
to tickle
yeah.
up the asshole for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
something
always
going
gay.
on
Finger up the
there.
butt.
So yeah, I didn't actually punch him in the face, but I feel it's a fun one to say. Like,
Good sketch.
Yeah, you should
yeah,
get that
and
one.
everyone's like, you guys
Is this preacher guy still around? And
I have no idea. This was ages ago, honestly.
like, send us a link.
Another world. Oh yeah, she was yeah, it was a trippy story because she was super like, yeah.
Write more about
I
your
have to
grandma.
take Shannon home now, so yeah. Sounds like I have to go.
No, I said we would go till 11 some nights.
But not when we sign up.
Oh, do you need to leave?
I mean, not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, I can't. We're together.
Oh, you guys want to go?
No, I don't want to go, but I mean, did you let him know that you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Katie.
I don't want
these are, I think they're more premises than jokes. So my mom's out of town, and I realized yesterday that the only movies that my dad and I can agree on watching are Nazi movies. Which is like really ironic, because like me and my dad are the Jewish ones. So like there's something like deep within us that just draws us to Nazis. So I think there's like we watched Hunting Hitler together, which is a show with actual people who believe that Hitler is still alive and living in South America. And every episode ends with a minuscule hint that Nazis went to Argentina after World War II, which is common knowledge. So, yeah, there's something in there if I figure it out. You know, people have been doing like the 10-year challenge, like posting pictures 10 years ago, like I did it. And for me, it's like embarrassing, like puberty pictures, because I was 12 10 years ago. And this girl posted one today, and it's someone I went to college with, and she posted like that glow up. It was not a glow up. It's called a nose job. And it's a great nose job. I will tell you, she looks fantastic. She really does. She is a model now, so you know it paid off. My parents are helicopter parents, in the best way possible. But I realized yesterday that when I like hit something in my apartment or like drop something, I say "ow" just to reassure them that I'm okay, like that I haven't died. But when I cut myself with a knife, I did yesterday, like last night while I was making dinner, I did not tell my dad until today because I knew he'd be concerned. So I guess I only tell my parents things when it's not an issue. So it's amusing to me. So I was already gonna talk about this before I started talking about my horrible ex, whatever he is. But I was with my friends the other night, and he has a new girlfriend. He's dating one of the girls from Despicable Me. She's legal now. And
Oh, like the little girls.
like one of the little girls who does the voiceover, he's dating her. And my friend, who's like his frat bro, you know, fraternity brother, made fun of him like about being an asshole. And he made him call him to reassure him that he's like a good person now. So my friends and I were like, you know, good just doesn't like happen. Like if you're evil within. Like he could move to another country, change his name, or get a nose job, and people would still think he was like a horrible person. Because, you know, if it looks like an asshole and sounds like an asshole and smells like an asshole, it's probably an asshole. And then, I don't know, I was thinking about this weird, like, so when I go to, like, women's mics, they're like, oh, yeah, like, we can talk about our periods, but what if you don't get your period? Like, what if you're a magical person who's on birth control and never gets it? And you don't get the joy of being able to talk about it? It's just unfair.
I go through that.
Yeah, I haven't had my period in almost 5 years.
What?
Wow.
It's my birth control. I get a cycle, but like I don't
Yeah, same.
bleed because I used to.
It's
I
like
used
a
to get
little
periods
person
so
thing.
bad I'd have to leave school.
It's a little person.
Like I didn't go
I
on
think
birth
so.
control because I was sexually
Be a
active.
little person.
I was sexually active because I was on birth control.
It's
But
Well, that's funny.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
that's good, great. I just thought of that. So
Yeah.
because I was literally thinking like I was like I don't ever get my period. This is fantastic. But like girls at like mics are like guys always think like, oh, you must talk about your period, gross, and
they don't have to deal with that with me, you know? I mean, there's always, if I have sex with a person, there's the concern that I might be pregnant, and we'll just never know.
That's funny.
That's good. Talk about that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's like my page. I write, my stream of consciousness makes like I wrote down like what I was thinking most of the time. Like I tried new things. I started watching The Bachelor.
Oh my god. Well.
It's, yeah, I had a sneaking suspicion Colton is gay. So.
Gee.
I mean.
Colton is perfect. Oh my god.
He is like absolutely gay. He's cute. He's real cute. I mean, like I love gay guys in college. Most of the men I made out with were gay, so. Because I was a theater major. Yeah, I don't know. That's like all I have.
I like this. I like you bonding with your dad watching Hitler movies, Hitler documentaries.
Just those cute.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not just Sophie's choice; it's our choice.
Right. No, I did that with my dad too. So
that's funny.
Not that particular documentary, but a lot of Holocaust.
Last night
footage.
we watched The Stranger. He showed me The Boys from Brazil.
I love that movie
It's
so much.
good.
I'm obsessed with that
When
movie.
I like guessed it like halfway through, I was like, it's a Nazi movie. Where could this go? It's really good. Would recommend.
Okay.
Boys
The
from
Boys
Brazil.
It's really good. It's Laurence Olivier, and oh my god, who's the other actor? But like, Laurence Olivier and.
If I were you, I would develop more stuff about how you and your dad bond.
Yeah, I mean, especially because I
weird
have the
stuff
other
you
stuff
guys
about
do.
my dad and I watching movies together.
Yes.
So.
So write more about that. And then the last stuff you were talking about is
Yeah.
good.
I had thought of that because it was funny because I thought about that today, like while I was here.
Brazil.
Yeah.
If they were like
Your
more
period.
fucked up.
Boys from Brazil.
Wax tomorrow. I literally wrote boys from Brazilian because I have a wax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
So
stuff.
what were you saying?
What if they're like more fucked up things that you guys do? Like sometimes if we really want to feel close, we'll go to an animal shelter and just look at the dogs.
My dad and I have my parents are really all about gallows humor.
We're going on vacation.
Because my mom found out. I don't know if I told any of this. About 2 years ago, my mom found out her dad's not her real dad.
Oh.
Wow.
So we make so many jokes about it. So my mom's one of 6 kids,
Wow.
and 3 of them are not my grandfathers.
Wow.
So we make that's our favorite thing to make
How do
jokes
they
about.
know? 23andMe?
No, my uncle got a blood test because he had to for like a medical condition.
Wow.
And they found that out. Obviously, I can't talk about it because it's my mom's life, and
Yeah.
one of her sisters still doesn't know. But
Yeah.
but like that's like the kind of humor that my parents and I have. So Nazi movies all day, every day.
Yeah.
And when we're not doing that, we're watching Jeopardy.
Wow.
Hi. So I have 4 tips on having a successful relationship, and number one is choose a man that's a little gay. You were just talking about that, because like when they're gay, they're like actually like understand how to be like if you want them to be romantic and if you want to have like things in common. And then number 2, if they do anything right, give them a blowjob. You know, it's conditioning. And then number 3, number 3 was, like, don't text them, but like randomly, like to build suspense. You know what I mean? So like just like don't text them for a little while and then they get stressed out. And then when you like have a good reason when you text them finally so that they're not mad, but like it builds desire. I have an idea on that. Like I actually think it works, so we can talk about it more. And then number 4, be a little gay yourself, because they really like that. Those are my like tips on having a good relationship. Then, you saw your face. Then,
is that what works for you in your relationship?
Those things work.
Yeah?
Like literally just like disappear for like half a day. Took him to lesbian night last Wednesday.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You should say like this is what it's
He's like not really gay enough, but he's like enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's interesting.
He more like wants to be gay, which makes him even like less gay, but it's cool because he's like open. Like he can be like, that guy's hot.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's not gay though.
No, but like he's like kind of like he's like I want to be. He like kind of like wants to be. Like he thinks it's cool. He thinks it's cool that I'm a little gay. He like wants to be a little gay.
You're a little gay?
Oh yeah. Bye.
Oh, okay.
I've had a couple girlfriends.
Oh.
Serious.
Have you ever told me this?
No. I have lots of things. I'm old. I'm a dinosaur, so like I have lots of life to talk about. So, like,
Are you gonna do the splits right now?
I'm gonna do splits. Wait, I want to talk about my soy thing. So I have a soy allergy, which is like a nightmare, and I really want to write a joke about it because I'm like so angry. Because every time I go to a restaurant, I have to ask questions, but no one knows that there's soy in like everything, right? And it's why we all have breast cancer, right?
Oh my god.
No, it's serious. And why men have like man boobs nowadays. And so I went to a restaurant the other day and I was like, I'd really like to eat these dumplings, but what are they fried in? And she was like, vegetable oil. And I was like, awesome, but could you just check if that's like soy? Because, and she was like, it's vegetable oil. And I'm like, yeah, but like it could be canola, it could be soy, like could you check? So she goes back and she comes back, she comes back and she's like, you're right, it's soybean oil. And she was like kind of nice then. And then I was like, okay, awesome, like I'd love them, but like the inside, do you know what the meat is marinated with? And she got super mad and she's like, you're not allergic to gluten too, are you? And I was like, no, why? And she was like, because there's soy sauce in it. And then she was just like, and then she realized how much of an asshole and an idiot she was, like at the table. But it's happened so many times. Like people are like, I'm like, oh, like no soy sauce. And they're like, it's gluten-free soy sauce. And I'm like, it's soy sauce. You know, like people like just have brain farts. Like they can't get it. Does that make sense?
I know. I don't know how funny it is.
Soy sauce makes you.
But like that, but like everyone, I just think everyone's so dumb. I have to have maybe a better dumb experience with a waitress.
Soy sauce, because I've never ever thought about that soy sauce had soy. I think that's fine.
You never thought about it?
I never thought soy sauce had soy in it. I was thinking it's like tofu.
Exactly. So there's something in the soy sauce.
So like everyone will literally go like, but it's gluten-free soy. I'm like, I have a soy allergy. And they're like, but it's gluten-free soy sauce? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's soy.
Low sodium soy? How about that?
Yeah.
It's like being vegan and people being like, but you eat fish, right?
That's good.
If fish were out of the vegetable.
But I need you to help me make that one like that funny like that. But like I think it works because it is weird that nobody gets it.
Well, I had a woman ask me, excuse me, is there beef in the mushroom beef barley soup?
Wow. What?
It's in the title, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. Well, excuse me, is there soy in soy sauce? It's on title.
She was like, it's soy sauce. And I'm like, it's in the title.
Right.
It's in the title. That could work.
Yeah.
I don't know. You still don't think it's funny. You're like, no.
I don't know if funny. I'm not going to be like, oh my god. You know, I want more original stuff that no one else can talk about.
I like that your boyfriend's trying to keep up with you.
My
He's trying to be
daughter's
as cool as
gay.
you.
Your boyfriend.
My boyfriend wants to be gay. Like,
Fact
he's so
that you're bisexual, that you took him to a gay club. What happened? Were you jealous? I mean, I want to hear everything about that kind of stuff.
He was just really supportive. Like he just hung out in the next bar and like waited until I was like, you can come, honey. And he like actually found like a lesbian couple to like send in to like help me. He was like, I'm sending in like recruits or whatever. Like he just like waited.
Waited for what?
At like a different bar because I was too nervous to go. And then I was like, you can come. And then he came to the lesbian bar and was just like supportive the whole time. It's so weird. I don't know how to explain it.
Were you there to pick up a girl then?
What?
Were you there to pick up a girl?
Well, I was just there to like as like an exposure because it's been a really long time since I've been with a girl.
But are you trying to be with a girl?
Or just to prove to him that you have been and can be?
No, I don't
Just
want
to be around your own.
I don't want to prove anything. Yeah, it's like it's more like a part that I like I crushed and like got rid of and like hid, and now it's just like, oh yeah, I don't even want to pick up a girl. It was more just like to be.
It's to be a part of.
You
don't
it.
have to like segregate that from your identity. It's like, but when you're in a straight relationship, you kind of have to.
Yeah, and when my daughter came out, which I talked about last week, it was like, oh, like, and when I was accepting of her, it was just like, oh, wait a minute. I've never been accepting of me, but I'm accepting of her. And so it's sort of like it's like probably a midlife crisis. I don't know.
How old is your daughter? Because you look really young.
She's 13.
Oh, she came out really young.
I'm not that young.
Yeah, I like the daughter stuff.
But you don't want to talk about your daughter on stage coming out, right?
I mean, I don't mind.
Oh, you don't mind? Okay.
No, I don't think she would mind either.
Okay.
She's like she draws, so she has this like character. She does animation. She has this character called Pride Person, which is so cool. And Pride Person is like a superhero that supports the like LGBTQIA plus community. Cool. And she's like really cute about being like LGBTQIA plus.
Because you're a therapist, like you're an expert, and I want to hear from the therapist's point of view, you know, what I like the way you opened. I got the 5 things for how to make a relationship work.
Yeah.
They need to be punched up. They just need to be funnier.
So it basically goes like he has to be a little gay. Do you like that or not like that?
No. Because no girl wants a guy that's a little gay.
No.
It's not relatable.
But like, has any ever dated like a gay man, or like a part gay men?
But you have to make it clear. You have to make it clear that it's emotionally like available, right? Or like
they're like so romantic. Like I was in theater school, and I had this one boyfriend who's now married to a man, and he was like he was the most romantic, and then he screwed me up because in every other dumbass man, you're like, it's so hard. Like they buy ugly flowers, but gay men buy beautiful flowers.
But it's different because you're saying a romantic relationship, and the guy's got to be a little gay. It's very confusing for a woman. So, but I like this bit. If you can work on it.
But I wanted to go gay and then gay, so like I have to figure out how to fix it. Do you know what I mean?
He's got to be as emotionally available as a gay man, but have sex like Gaston. I don't know.
But have sex like a gay man.
Do Disney figure. He has to be emotionally available as like Flounder. I don't know. Choose like someone random in a Disney movie.
And then and then do you like the second part, the like blowjob conditioning?
Yes, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Conditioning.
Like I actually believe that works.
Yeah.
I think why that's funny is because
no, like seriously, I've done it.
Coming from a therapist, like it's cool to hear like it's actually it sounds like it's a professional opinion conditioning.
Yeah.
But it's something as crazy as you have to blow him, like as if you're prescribing a blowjob as treatment.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It sounds like you need to
It's reinforcing positive behavior. Just make sure you
medication.
don't give a blowjob after they're bad. You have to only do it when they do something right.
Right, it's like the Pavlovian dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want him to salivate.
And then number 3, is the like, it's like disappearing, like not.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
that was good.
You guys like that?
You literally, girls, if you really want to see a good response, you need to move. Like just move to another state. Wait like 2 months.
And then text him back.
Like just
and then
only hot pictures of yourself.
totally throw him off by calling him.
That's really good.
And
Yeah.
so, you up?
And then then you don't agree with 1 or 4. 4 is be a little gay yourself. But that's only because like, you know how men always think it's so hot, like 2 girls together?
Mm-hmm.
But that, you don't like that one either. Right?
I just don't know how relatable it is.
Okay.
I just don't know how many girls in the audience are going, yep, that's what I need to do for my man.
Really?
It would be if you were like
doesn't every guy, like every guy I've ever dated is like
No, they're into that,
is
but
like-
no, I don't want to do that.
I think those.
No, I'm not saying that I want to do it for him. Hell no, I don't want to do that. I'm just saying like they like it, so they'll like you more. If you like pretend, or you
pretend. Okay, pretend. That's
Or, like-
different than saying be a little gay yourself. Just go. You gotta pretend like you're
At least
into
pretend.
girls.
Yeah, be a little gay yourself, because they like you more. Because they're weird. They like,
Pretend.
think like there's some weird fantasy
Right,
thing.
Yeah.
Like Katy Perry pretended to kiss a girl and like it.
Yeah.
And then she,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even really that married to it. It was just one of my.
It's a fun
21
bit.
pages.
I love it. I want to hear because you're a therapist. I want to hear everything you have to say about advice.
About, like,
you
how
should
to-
just give advice throughout your set.
Yeah.
Okay. Just advice.
All right, we gotta stop.
Alright.
Okay.
Good work, guys. Sorry, class went over. for our next week, Courtney Cronin's coming in. Homework is bring in 2. We're gonna get up. Everyone works twice next week, so you guys will have your choice of what you want to work on: brand new stuff or punching up old stuff. We'll get on stage twice. We'll do this again. We won't take up too much time in the beginning. We'll just get right to it, okay? New bits, new stuff.
New bits.
How's your
that we worked on today or no?
anything you want? How's your vision boards coming along, guys?
Sweet. I cut up a bunch of stuff last night.
And then
Well, I went and bought magazines. Magazines are kind of expensive, but I bit the bullet on it because I've been wanting to do it for a while.
Thank you for my makeup, Sammy.
Oh yeah.